The Boy Scouts now presenting colors here at North Miami, walking across the North Miami sideline. North Miami wearing the National Guard unis tonight.
North Community Schools in the community of North Miami and Rochester. We'd like to thank everyone who has served in the military and is currently serving in the military to preserve the freedom we enjoy every day. At this time, North Miami Athletics would like to introduce Miss Janae Jones, wife of Sergeant Bill Jones, who served in the Marine Corps, as she sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Janae Jones, wife, Marine Corps Sergeant Boog Jones, who's also on the coaching staff here at North Miami, and I believe the flyover is coming right now, coming from the south, Grissom Air Force Base, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I would have guessed so too. Kind of hard to locate a little football field out, out here in the middle of the cornfields. So
we can't see very well, but we can't see very well, but from what I understand, we see them coming. Yeah, here they are.
Yep, here they come.
There's about 6 or 7 of them right there.
Several of them, yeah.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah, the sun's shining off of them. That is pretty cool.
Very good.
Yeah.
Folks, if you're not seeing that on RTC, you're missing a dandy.
Move your head, move your head, move your head.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
couple of yellow, couple of gray. Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's
well
fantastic.
done.
Yeah.
Well done, North Miami. Well done. So again, we are ready for football here at North Miami High School. The national anthem, as you just heard, performed by Mrs. Janae Jones. And we are about ready for football here at North Miami. The Rochester Zebras come in undefeated. The North Miami Warriors still looking for their first win of the year. And you know as well as I do, fellas, Joe Grant's going to have these guys ready for Rochester.
Oh, absolutely. And Rochester, like we said, they've been very, very strong against the run all year long. And their trouble spot has been the big play, pass play, and I would expect no matter what North Miami's offensive prowess has been in the first 4 games, we're going to see them put the ball up tonight.
You're going to have to be a little patient with us as well. The program, for the most part, is right when it comes to numbers, but we've already noticed some differences because of the North Miami unis are different than the National Guard unis.
We should be good by the 3rd quarter. We'll have it figured out.
Then they'll be putting in
the way. They did so the first time was south to north. This time they flew over west to east.
Yeah, trail and smoke, and they did a little split there of the formation. Really kind of cool. And these are not F-16 fighter pilot jets. These are more vintage style airplanes.
Did North Miami win that toss?
Yes, they did.
And they elected to defer?
Yes.
So Rochester's offense will get the ball first. In case you missed it in the pregame interview, Brady Perez is back in uni, and he'll start under center tonight.
And I think more importantly, besides being under center quarterback, more importantly, he'll be at safety on defense.
Yeah. Absolutely, yep.
And not that I don't think Nick Allen can do a fabulous job at safety. It's just that Perez adds about another 8 inches and a little bit more speed.
Yeah, that's about right. So the Rochester Zebras in all whites tonight. White pants, white jerseys, gold numbers, black helmets. The North Miami Warriors, black pants, hunter green jerseys with black numbers outlined in neon yellow, and a black helmet with North Miami with the NM signal on the left side of the helmet.
And I don't think for Rochester, I don't think the game plan changes one bit, especially with them getting the ball first. You know, they're going to want to put the ball in the end zone here on this first possession, whether it takes 10 plays or whether it takes 1 play. As long as they get the ball in the end zone, it can go up.
We've seen both.
Yeah, and any time that you're the favorite, the longer you let the underdog stick around, the greater their confidence, and the greater that game hinges on 1 or 2 plays.
Absolutely. I think Rochester's, like you said, their game plan is going to be to run it right down the throat, get on the board early, let their defense settle in as well. But you're absolutely right. The longer you let a team hang around, the emotions around this game are there. Obviously,
your frustration level goes up, their confidence goes up.
Absolutely.
Gary and Terrence, Hayden Prater, and Taylor Johnson back deep to receive the kick for the Rochester Zebras. Actually, Tarrant is out and Riston is in. Justin Riston.
That's what everybody on our opposition side says. Another running back for Rochester.
Short end-over-end kick. Johnson takes it on the run to the 23. At the 30, the 35, lowers his head and is brought down at around the 37, 38-yard line. So Rochester will start their first possession of the game on the near side at the 38-yard line, which is the Rochester hash. Make that the North Miami hash. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. The Zebras on the ball first series of the game, 1st and 10 to their own 38.
Hayden Prater averaging 118 yards per football game this year, 2 touchdowns a game.
He and Riston go wide to the right side, split backs of Abbott and Jackson. Abbott gets a carry going right. Bryce Abbott hit at the line of scrimmage, backs his way maybe to the 39. He gets 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Zebras.
Abbott averaging just 75 yards a game, and he's scored in every game this year.
So 2nd and 1 for Rochester, going to our left, which would be going to the north here at North Miami High School. The Zebras break the huddle. B.J. Barnes will be tight to the left. And this is a new wrinkle for Rochester. They have 2 tight ends, I-back formation offset to the right.
Power I-right, double tight end.
Here's a pitch to Hayden Prater. He's got 3 blockers in front of him. Prater cuts it back up the field now, crosses in across the 40, and is brought down around the 42-yard line. So that'll bring up about 2nd down, make that 3rd down, and about 6 for the Rochester Zebras at their own 42-yard line, ball in the far hash.
North Miami doing a really good job getting pursuit, not only from the down 3 guys, but from the linebackers as well. And, the whole team shifting in the direction of the football. The only thing they've really got to be careful now, especially since Rochester's on the right hash, would be the reverse or the counter.
3rd and 6. Prater comes wide to the near side. Jackson dots the I. Dalton is tight left. Brady Perez under center on 3rd and 6 from his 42. Back to pass. Brady rolls to the near side. He's got some time. Stops, sets up, hesitates, pumps, runs. Now jump pass is picked off by Sonafrank and the North Miami Warriors.
Yeah, that time Perez did the one thing that every coach tells a quarterback not to do. Tried to throw across his body while running away from the receiver and threw it right into the North Miami defense.
Dalton was covered on the post route. He really had Prater on the underneath route, but it wasn't at the 1st down marker. He tried to force it in there.
Rochester's offense kind of lacking in some enthusiasm there, it seemed like, in that first possession.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 47-yard line, ball in the near hash. Moreland wide to the near side, Musselman split left. In the shotgun formation now is Tristan Working. Working takes a snap, low snap, ball hits the ground, he picks it up, he'll run it, he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Wilson Dalton pushes him back to the North Miami 41-yard line, so the Warriors are going to lose 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 16.
Nice job by Rochester. They had, 4 guys in the backfield when that ball hit the ground, and working really he couldn't go left or right. He was covered up in every direction.
2nd and 16 now for the Warriors. Back at the 41-yard line, ball in the near hash. Hanley is wide to the near side. In the shotgun is working Sonafrank to his right. On the option, Sonafrank right at the middle. He hits a wall and is pushed backwards. Bryce Abbott, the first one to hit him. Lamb right there as well for the Zebras. Might have gotten one. It'll be 3rd down and 15 for North Miami at their 42-yard line.
One on the play. 3rd and long.
Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman.
Rochester appears to have about a 4 to 6 inch height advantage clear across the board. Defense to offense on North Miami. Yeah, they do.
So the play went into the huddle.
Came back out.
They relayed it again, went back to the huddle. North Miami just breaks the huddle with 7 on the play clock. 3 4-way receivers, 4 working. We're down to 3, we're down to 2, we're down to 1. And Rochester jumps off sides.
And that's what they were hoping for.
The play clock hit 0. The Zebras jumped across the line of scrimmage. Hang on a minute. Now applauding.
I think they're going to
go whistle for false start.
Yeah, you're right.
It looked like the center did flinch. I couldn't tell if the center flinched, though, after Rochester jumped across.
I was just surprised that, the play clock running down, and they're going on a long count trying to draw Rochester off. So
now it'll be 3rd and 20 for the Warriors at their 37-yard line. Ball in the near hash, North Miami sideline. 4 receivers for working. Sonafrank to his right.
One-on-one coverage.
Throws working. Here comes some pressure. Throws over the middle. It is incomplete. Intended for Musselman over the middle of the field. And that'll bring up 4th down and 20 for the Warriors.
And he came inside of Perez on the defense, and the safety didn't come over quick enough. If that was a good pass, that's 6.
The Zebras moved Perez up on man-to-man defense there, bumping around coverage.
Well, and
they kept Prater in the middle as the safety.
But he's playing on the near hash, and they threw it to the far hash. He didn't recover fast enough.
Hayden Prater slides back to receive the punt. Sonafrank stands inside his 25 to kick this one away. 4th and 20 for the Warriors with 8:48 to play in the first quarter. Another low snap picked up on the short hop. Sonafrank off the side of his foot and out of bounds at around the Rochester 37-yard line. 36.
Wow.
So Rochester will start there. Pretty good field position on their second series.
That's a good spot for North Miami.
They got about another 2 yards off that spot, didn't they?
Hey, Rochester's defense there, way to step up on the turnover, come out, get a tackle for loss.
Exactly.
A 1-yard stop, an incomplete pass with then a penalty. So
we only
way to buckle down.
All said and done, we lost 2 yards on the exchange.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Zebras at their 36-yard line on the near hash. Jackson dots the I. Riston wide to the near side. Prater split right, which is the right side of the field. Perez under center on 1st down. Brady takes the snap, hands off to Jackson. Isaiah Jackson up to about the 38-yard line. A pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
North Miami's doing a really good job so far of stopping the run and not committing an extra guy to the box. They've only got 7 in there, and they're controlling the run so far.
As I say, when you're facing a team that's averaging 330 yards a game rushing the football, they're going to put 8-9 guys in the box.
2nd down and we're going to say 2nd and 9. Give Jackson a yard. Brady Perez under center on 2nd and 9 from his 37. Fakes a handoff, rolls to the right. It's a quarterback keeper by design. Cuts it back inside at the 40. Now back outside towards the Rochester sideline and jumps across the 45. Where are they going to mark this thing out of bounds at? It looks like it's going to be shy of the 46-yard line, giving the 45. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 1.5 or 2 for the Rochester Zebras.
And again, the cornerback out there for North Miami doing a good job recognizing that Perez was going to keep it on the corner, and he came up and got just enough of a hand on him to slow him down.
2nd and 1 for the Zebras at their 45. Full house backfield and 2 tight ends. Barnes to the left, Dalton to the right. Perez gives to Jackson. Isaiah Jackson over the right side, second and third effort, gets him across the yard to gain, yard to gain.
The 48.
And picks up a couple of more yards on top of that, giving 3. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 48.
Definitely the running lanes are not like they were last week or previously. This is North Miami, again, is doing a fantastic job of clogging it up.
Yeah, you're right.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at their own 48, ball on the far hash. Riston and Prater wide to the near side. I-backs for Brady Perez. Brady, long snap, takes it. Hands off to Jackson again, off the left side. And he is hit hard by Jackson Holland for the North Miami Warriors. Not a lot there, maybe 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I also don't feel, I mean, North Miami looks to be fired up. They're jumping up and down after a tackle. Rochester's flat.
I was just going to say, they seem a little flat, not a lot of fire.
2nd and 8 for the Zebras, just shy of midfield. Nick Allen and Hayden Prater come wide to the near side. Dalton is tight left. High backs for Perez. Flips out to Jackson. Jackson cuts it back inside, now into North Miami territory. And is tackled around the North Miami 47-yard line. North Miami doing a really good job flying to the football right now.
They've got the pep in their step so far, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you're right. 3rd and 5 for the Zebras at the North Miami 47-yard line. The Zebras going to our left. No score here at North Miami with 6.5 to play in the first quarter. Rochester sends B.J. Barnes wide to the right side. In the flanker to the left side is Prater. And we have an official stoppage. I believe the officials looking at Sana Frank's shoulder pads. Now they cover it up. Now we're ready. Flanker to the left side is Prater. Flanker to the right side is Jackson. The lone back is Abbott. Brady Perez on 2nd and 5. Hands off to Prater going right on the jet sweep. He's got a first down. Backs his way inside the 40. Down to around the 38-yard line. Nice hard run by Hayden Prater, and the Zebras have a first down again.
I was just going to mention that Prater's been the workhorse for Rochester over the last few weeks, and he's only had 1 carry up till then. So that's just his 2nd carry of the football game.
I think Rochester's going to have to look to exploit with their speed on the outside because running up the middle is not going to net much yardage.
Prater only had 4 carries last week, but he had 125 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And 68-yarders help.
Same formation, 2 flankers, and Riston wide to the near side. On 1st and 10, jet sweep again, fakes Abbott, gives to Abbott up the middle. Bryce Abbott hesitates at the 35, accelerates across the 35 to the 33-yard line. They'll pick up about 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Rochester Zebras.
That's a pretty good first down play. You always like to be looking at 2nd and 5 or less. If you can get 5 yards a carry, you're doing pretty good.
I've brought this up the last couple of weeks, but if Rochester can find a way to do a play action, it's going to be there. North Miami's cheating up every play on their run.
Yep.
Wilson Dalton will get behind them very easily.
Power rider right now for Rochester. 2 tight ends. On 2nd and 5, Jackson gets it going right. Isaiah Jackson lowers his head. Second effort gets him the line to gain. Plus a little more. He gets to the 26-yard line, giving 7 and another Zebra first down.
Big hole on that right side of the offensive line for Rochester. And Tyler Walker and Zane Gilbreth, Zach Graham doing a good job on that right side of the offensive line on that play for Isaiah Jackson.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at the North Miami 26-yard line. On the far hash are the Zebras, which is the Rochester sideline. Brady takes a snap, give from Graham, gives to Johnson. Taylor Johnson around the right side. He accelerates for about 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and short for the Z's. You know, when you look in the dictionary under what a crown of a football field is supposed to look like, this is the picture.
This is an exaggerated crown, I believe.
I'm telling you, folks, when you're standing on the North Miami sideline and look across the field of Rochester, all you can see is helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember how old I was when they put this field in.
There will never be any water standing in the middle of this field.
I don't know if I was in high school yet when they put this new field in and the crown of it, but it's held up over the last 2 or 3 years. 2 tight ends for Rochester, the full house backfield on 2nd and 4. Prater gets a carry going left. And then Prater is brought down.
Might get to the 19. Yeah, they're going to give him a couple more than that. Looks like the 17-yard line for Prater. So 3 yards on that pickup.
Bringing Johnson into the backfield now. It's another set of fresh legs. It's another guy to take carries away from the others to keep them all fresh. It's
3rd and 2 as Perez brings the Zebras to the line. Takes the snap, hands off to Johnson. Johnson is stacked up right at the line to get. Let's see where the nose of the ball ends up as everybody piles off. He's right at the 16-yard line.
4th and 1 is what they're going to call it.
So 1 for Johnson on that carry.
But at what point does too many running backs become a problem where guys aren't getting continual reps?
Yeah, well, hopefully as the season wears on, maybe we can start limiting their time on defense and or offense, and play them on defense and make them that much stronger and more fresh. So the Zebras and Perez come to the line. 4th and 1 here on this drive for Rochester from the 16-yard line of North Miami. Give us to Abbott as he goes around the corner. He's got the 1 and more. Headed inside the 10-yard line is Abbott. Down near, looks like the 7 does Abbott. So we got 1st and goal Rochester now as Abbott picks up 9 on the carry. And another Rochester 1st down as the Zebras come to the line now. Again, 1st and goal from the 7 of North Miami. Perez takes the snap, full house backfield, gives to Jackson. Jackson off the right corner. He's going to be stopped short inside the 5. Down around the 4-yard line is Jackson.
2nd and goal from the 4.
Isaiah Jackson getting a good push off that right side of the offensive line. Picked up another 4 yards for Rochester. Now inside, just inside the 5-yard line, about the 4.5-yard line. 2nd and goal for Rochester. 2:11 left here in the 1st quarter. Perez takes a snap, gives to Prater. Prater's in for the touchdown for Rochester. 2:04 in the football game. And Prater will score for Rochester from 4 yards, 4 yards out.
4 yards. That's the first time they ran to the left side on that drive, I believe. They ran right. And then
right, yeah, coming back with the full house backfield to the opposite side.
Yep.
And now
Schaefer's on for the extra point.
Yeah, thank you. Wade Schaefer in to kick the extra point. The ball's down, the kick is up, and it is good. And Rochester leads 7-0 here with 2:04 to go in the 1st quarter. You're listening to Rochester Zebra Football on 92.1 WROI.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
64 yards for the 4-yard touchdown run by Hayden Prater. Again, we talked about Prater averaging 118 yards and 2 touchdowns a game, and he gets the first one for tonight.
So the Zebras kick off. A nice kick by Schaefer. Runs the receiver back to the 5. Right up the middle of the field is Hanley. Look out. And Hanley is finally brought down, but not until he gets to the North Miami 32-yard line. A nice return by Hanley, and North Miami set up pretty good in this possession.
Hanley's got some breakaway speed, no doubt. Long strides. If he hits a crease there, he'd be gone. No catching him.
So it's 7-0 Rochester. Under 2 to play in the 1st quarter. The Warriors of the football at their own 32-yard line, now going to our right. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. The Warriors break the huddle with 19 on the play clock.
all kinds of activities going on out here tonight.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Musselman wide to the left side. Out of the shotgun is working, gives to Sonafrank over the left side, and he is going to be stacked up for nothing.
Entire Rochester defense in on that one.
And the front four for Rochester, you're not going to make a living running up, running it down.
Yeah, Chandler Lamb. Yep.
It's game. I mean, you just can't do it. I've noticed, though, Prez is not playing safety tonight. They have him covering on the outside, and Hayden's back.
So Brady is on the far side playing corner. A quick snap, and everybody moved but the center and the quarterback. So that's going to back him up 5. It'll be 2nd and 15. So from the 32, they'll go to the 27. 2nd down and 15 for the North Miami Warriors, now back at their 27-yard line. The ball in the near hash. North Miami going to our right. Coming up at halftime, we're going to have the week that was, and we're going to talk to Chantal Rinsberger and also Trevor Brown about the guys and girls soccer programs this year. You want to hang out for that. Out of the pistol now, out of the shotgun now is working to Sonafrank to his right. He's got 4 receivers, just working. Low snap again, working back to pass. Looks to the near side, throws to the near side. Going to throw right to Prater. He picks it off. Hayden Prater grabs the interception at midfield, and the Zebras will take over, leading 7-0 with 69 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was just an underthrown ball. He had a receiver wide open again behind the safety and in front of the corner. He just couldn't get the ball deep enough downfield. Prater made a nice leaping two-handed catch over his head for the interception.
Played a perfect center field. That's exactly what you want out of your safety. However, if the ball does get over him there, the quarterback has the arm to do it. Yeah, the guy was available.
He's going.
Yeah, he's going.
So B.J. Barnes wide to the right side, 2 flankers. And Bryce Abbott behind Brady Perez on the jet sweep. Prater gets it. Kicks it out to the outside. Prater then grabbed by the shoestrings, brought down at around the North Miami 38-yard line. There's a flag on the play?
Yeah, holding.
Nope, I see it.
So it's a 2-yard gain for the Rochester Zebras, but it will be waved off because of the hold. Negated because of the hold.
Yeah, the lineman dragged down the defender, tackled him first.
So the flag was thrown at the 47-yard line, so this should bring up 1st and 17 for the Rochester Zebras, and it will be back at the Rochester 42. 1st and 17 for the Z's at their 42-yard line. A minute to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 7-0. Zebras on the football with 25 on the play clock. Riston wide to the right side, flanker to the left is Prater, to the right is Jackson, and the lone back is Perez. Make that Abbott on the double reverse. Jackson comes into the near side. Good block by Brady Perez, who pancaked Moreland of North Miami.
Jackson fell down trying to make the turn.
Jackson slipped, and that'll bring up 2nd and 17 after no gain.
When you're the quarterback and you always get hit and you get a chance to lay one on somebody, there it was.
That was impressive.
That was a good call. That time North Miami wasn't so quick to chase the pursuit. I think they were ready and looking for that reverse coming, just waiting for whenever it was going to happen.
2nd and 18 for the Rochester Zebras. 10 to play in the first quarter. Prays under center with I-backs behind him. Brady takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls right. He's got a blocker in front. Brady throws to a wide open receiver. That's Prater at the North Miami 45. Breaks a tackle at the North Miami 40 and rumbles into the North Miami inside the North Miami 40 to the 37-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Zebra first down of about 20 yards and bring the first quarter to an end. After one, Rochester leads 7-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
You do need to use the restroom. They're located on the side of the concession stand at the south end zone.
Back in North Miami High School, we go to the second quarter, and after a 21-yard pitch and catch from Brady Perez to Hayden Prater, the Zebras have it 1st and 10 at the North Miami 38-yard line.
Prater did a great job. He caught that ball and instantly turned into a fullback. He was about 3 yards short of the first down. He ran over a couple defenders, got the first down, and a couple more yards afterwards.
That's right. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Rochester leading here as we start the second, 7-0. The ball in the near hash. Riston goes wide to the left side. Prater is split right. Taylor Johnson now dots the I for the Rochester Zebras. First time tonight we've seen that. Brady Perez gets the Graham snap. Hands off to Jackson, or Johnson that is. Johnson tripped up at the 37-yard line. Falls ahead to the 35. Give him 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Picked up by number 2, Greg Sonaframe.
You can definitely tell this is his first game action. He kind of felt looked like he was a little light-footed, indecisive on the hole, what he wanted to hit, and
might have been leaning forward just a fuzz.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's got some nerves rolling.
Well, with the crown in the middle of the field, they're kind of running downhill.
That is true.
2nd and 7 for the Zebras. Riston goes split left. Dalton is tight left. In the slot on the left side now, flanker to the left side is Prater. Dots the I again. He gets a pitch going left. Matt Lease picks up a great block. Johnson off the left side. Taylor Johnson, a huge hole, takes it inside the North Miami 25 to near the 23.
You know what? The double reverse there that Rochester ran earlier, everyone was pursuing before that. I just watched the weak side defense of North Miami, and 3 guys stayed home there.
Yeah.
So what that's going to do now, obviously, is you got 3 less guys pursuing the ball. You're going to be able to get downfield and get your linemen on linebackers.
Open up a few more lanes.
Yep.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for Rochester at the North Miami 24-yard line. Prater split right. Allen split left. Johnson again off the right side. Stiff arm in the middle. And Hanley brings him down inside the 20 to around the 18-yard line.
Those are the holes we're used to seeing right there. Semi-truck holes driving through.
So Tyler Johnson getting some good repetitions here for Rochester. Just what they were needing, a 4th running back.
Give Johnson, Give Johnson 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Zebras. Barnes goes wide left. High backs for Brady Perez. The flanker to the left side is Prater. Here's a snap, a pitch again to Johnson. He's got 4 games to make up for. Johnson looking for the edge. Turns the corner and is brought down by the shoulder pad. And I believe we're going to have a horse collar against the Warriors. We'll wait and see.
That or a face mask. Either way, I think Rochester's going to gain some yards on the penalty here.
It was probably a gain of nothing. It had been 3rd down and 4. But we're the flag in the play. We're going to wait to see what the call is here. Is the official coming to the near side? It will be a face mask, Matt. Good call. So that'll move the Rochester Zebras up half the distance. It'll slide the ball inside the 15 to around the 13-yard line, and 1st and 10 for Rochester.
So with all the running backs in the backfield, they say 2's company, 3's a crowd. What's 4, a family?
Yeah.
Well, don't forget Matt Lease.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Well, if you're on defense, it's a nightmare.
Yes,
Jackson dots the I here for Rochester. Abbott gets the carry over the right side. Abbott pushing the pile inside the 10, and the spot from the near side looks about at the 8-yard line. Looks to be at the 8. He picks up about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Zebras. Inside the North Miami 10-yard line. Rochester up 7-0 with 9.5 minutes to play in the first half.
Rochester approaching 100 yards rushing here in the first half of the football game.
B.J. Barnes wide to the right side. The flanker to the right is Prater. Tight right is Dalton. Brady takes a snap, gives to Abbott. Sidesteps a tackler. Abbott with a guy on his shoes. Jumps ahead to the 6. Give him 2 more. That'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Zebras at the North Miami 6-yard line.
For a big man, his feet are amazing. I mean, to be able to come to a stop there, slide to the left, and still fall forward and gain a couple yards.
Well, keeping those feet up makes it hard to wrap. He's got big thighs anyway. You're not going to wrap him around the leg, but with them churning like they are, it makes it really hard to get a hand on.
3rd and 3 for Rochester at the North Miami 6-yard line. Power I to the right for Rochester. Brady hands off to Jackson. Isaiah going right. Got a couple of tacklers looking for the end zone.
He's
still pushing his way to the goal line. Still no signal. There it is. Isaiah Jackson scores on a 6-yard touchdown run, and the Zebras up 13-0.
When Jackson gets his first touchdown of the night, he also he missed the Knox game, but every game that he's played in, he's averaged over 100 yards a carry and a touchdown in each of those games.
From what I understand, he's not fully healed, but he is getting really close.
Well, yeah, we'll take him at 75% or whatever. Yeah.
So Wade Schaefer on to attempt the extra point for the Zebras with Justin Riston, the holder. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is away, and it is good. 14-0 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4. .45 to play in the first half. The Zebras on the board, Brad.
Yep, 10 plays, 50 yards. That time, Isaiah Jackson from 6 yards out gives the Zebras their 14-0 lead here in the first half of the football game.
Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin. I'm David Musselman here in North Miami High School. The week that was coming up in the break call, so we're going to talk a little soccer. Both girls and guys style. Both having a pretty good season. You want to join us for that? Extended halftime here in North Miami, thankfully, to get all that in. Yeah. The Rochester and North Miami little guys will play at halftime. Schaefer, high end over end kick. Hanley takes it inside the 10, or outside the 10, I should say, at the 20 to 25, and turns on the afterburners. He's still on his feet after taking a hit, and is finally brought down by Riston as he crosses his 30-yard line and is tackled around the 33. Nice return for Hanley.
He's got another gear.
Oh, boy.
And I hope I don't see it tonight, but I'm telling you, if he gets through, I don't know who's going to catch him. I don't think anybody will.
North Miami's only had 7 offensive plays in this football game.
Wow.
They punted their first series and interception in their next series.
Tristan working ready. He's got 4 receivers, and Sarah Frank to his left. Out of the shotgun is working on 1st and 10. Takes a snap on the option. Sarah Frank, a big hole up the middle, and Sarah Frank with Graham on his shirt tail drags the defender Graham out to the North Miami 42-yard line, and will bring up 2nd down and 1. How about that?
Well, North Miami had -5 yards of offense before that play, and they got 9 yards on that one.
2nd and 1 for the Warriors at their own 42. 4 right outs for Working. He takes a snap to Sana Frank again, and this time Sana Frank is buried at the line of scrimmage. Matt Lease, also Bryce Abbott in there as well for the Rochester Zebras, and in fact he's going to lose a yard as Sana Frank, and it'll be 2nd down and 2.
The 4 wide receivers obviously are spreading out the field.
So North Miami looking to the sideline, and they'll come over and talk to Coach Grant and get the play with 18 seconds on the play clock.
7:40 to play in the first half. Rochester up 14-0. And the Warriors will break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. They'll send 2 receivers to the near, which is the short side of the field, 2 to the far, Working out of the shotgun. Working will keep it right up the middle. He's got a 1st down and crosses across his 45-yard line and gets to the 47. So that'll be enough for a 1st down for North Miami.
It's coming back, illegal shift. The wide receiver was moving forward at the time of the snap.
Oh, it's a good call. I didn't see the flag. Over in the front of the far yard line. Yeah,
it's hidden. My good eyes, I got him tonight.
Yeah, good thing.
Yeah, good call.
You're the only thing good about this broadcast tonight, Mac.
Well, the flyover was pretty cool.
You got to win some. Yeah, the flyover was amazing.
Wasn't on the broadcast.
Oh, that's true.
Working took a quicker snap there. The receiver was just
not quite
trying to get set, and cost him a 1st down. And obviously 3rd and 6 now. You know, it's a steep 3rd down against our defense.
Yep. 3rd down and long for the Warriors at the 41-yard line. Tristan Working now will come under center for the first time tonight with Sana Frank behind him on 3rd and 7. On the option, Sana Frank up the middle is grabbed by Matt Lease again. Lamb is also there, and I believe Gary and Tarrant was there as well, and that'll bring up 4th down and about 6 after a 1-yard gain for Sonafrank, and it looks like to me, fellas, the offense will stay on.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're going to go for it here.
Under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Rochester leading 14-0. North Miami will keep the offense on the field on 4th down and about 5.
I can see them running that same play with Working, keeping the ball up the middle.
4th and a long 5 for the Warriors, looking to draw Rochester off sides. Musselman looking at the official and said, hey, Brady Perez is in the neutral zone. The official said, nope. North Miami will use a timeout. 6:25 to play in the first half. The Warriors take a timeout. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe, online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Snap, he stands at about his 25-yard line, where Prater for Rochester at his 35.
We got one score that came in. Whitco leads Tippecanoe Valley 14-12
in the first. Here's a snap. Here comes a little pressure. Sonafrank gets it off. Prater runs up on it. Then it bounces. Takes a North Miami bounce. Get away from that young man. And Prater did the right thing, but it wasn't more than a couple inches away from his shoe.
The ball was chasing him.
And the ball comes to rest at about the 30.5-yard line. So Rochester will start this possession with 6:15 to play in the first half with their own 31 going to our right.
Possible sectional opponent for us. Lewis Cass leads Northwestern 21-0 in the first quarter.
Whoa.
Neighbor Logansport is up 6-0 on McCutcheon.
And Southwood leads Wabash 7-6. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, that's what I heard as well.
High backs for Perez. Brady from his 31. Gives to Jackson off the right. Now back to the middle. Isaiah Jackson lowers his head at the 35 and falls ahead to about the 38, 39-yard line. A nice run for Isaiah Jackson of about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
He wasn't touched till he got to the second level.
Yeah, you're right.
2nd and 2 for Rochester. Just shy of their 40-yard line.
I think as
ball in the middle of the field.
As this game wears on, I think Rochester's size is going to start to play out.
Taylor Johnson dots the I now for Rochester. Dalton is tight left. Brady hands off to Abbott up the middle. Bryce with a huge hole and another first down for Rochester as he's cut down at the 44-yard line. Giving 5 on the play, and the Zebras will move the sticks.
He does get enough for the first down.
5.5 minutes to play in the first half. Again, Rochester leading 14-0 here at North Miami High School.
Rochester pretty consistent. Jackson with 9 carries, Johnson with 5 carries, and Abbott with 5 carries. Prater only 3.
But he's had a big catch, that's for sure, for 21.
Yeah, he did have a big 21-yard catch.
Johnson dots the I. Flanker to the left is Prater. Prater will get it. Up the middle again. Prater is grabbed by the shoestrings and falls ahead to the North Miami 42-yard line. I think if that shoestring tackle doesn't occur, he's gone.
At 6, yeah. Riston was downfield blocking the safety, did a great job, and the other safety came over, got him by the shoestrings and yanked him down.
14 yards for Prater on that pickup.
Coach Bob Bridge on the sideline calling defense. Coach Tim Dubois on the sideline coaching the lines.
Some things don't change.
Wow. Good men right there. A lot of fond memories with them coaching when I was here. Prater again, had some blocks, hesitates, now accelerates down the near sideline and grabbed as he gets inside the North Miami 35-yard line to the 32.
No, you were right first time, 33.
4.5 to play in the first half.
What you're seeing, you're right, Bad, but Rochester's speed, their size, what was a 2-yard play became a 5-yard play, and what's a 5-yard play is now becoming 8 and 9.
Right. Yeah. And with 4 running backs to choose from, it's almost like running an option.
Yeah.
2nd and 1 for Rochester at the North Miami 33-yard line. Jackson Dotsiai, he gets a carry going left, and the blockers, fakes one blocker, cuts it back inside, takes the ball to the North Miami 26.
I know you both will be shocked with this, but all these running backs is like me going to buffet. I got all these options, and I love options.
I couldn't have said that any better. That was a great analogy. I couldn't have said that any better if I tried.
I thought the words "all you can eat" were your favorite.
That's the same difference, right?
That too, but I mean, options. You got to love options.
Right, absolutely.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at the 25-yard line of the Warriors. B.J. Barnes comes wide to the near side. Dalton tight right. Flanker to the right is Prater. And the center took off, and Brady Perez able to fall on a loose ball.
No flag.
Get it back. Well, no, the ball moved. So the only one that moved was the center.
I see. Yep.
Unfortunately, nobody else was ready. So Perez, unfortunately, is going to get collared with that -1 carry, and it's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Zebras at the North Miami 26.
The one time you can't call a false start is when the center hikes the ball.
Yep, you're right. Abbott and Jackson in the I formation. Prater, the flanker to the right. Riston wide to the right side. Jackson gets the carry going left. Isaiah Jackson spinning his way inside the 25 to the close to the 20-yard line. Give him the 20 and 6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Should be 3rd and 6. Give him 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Rochester Zebras. Clock rolls with 2:35 to play. In the first half, the Zebras up 14-0 and have it 3rd and 5 at the North Miami 20-yard line. I think Schaefer can hit one from here. Power I offset right. Prater now dots the eye for Brady Perez with 8 on the play clock. Brady on 3rd and 5. Hands off to Prater. Hayden Prater fights his way to the 15.5-yard line. That's going to be shy of a first down by, I believe, about a yard. And it's going to be 4th and about 2 feet for the Rochester Zebras. The ball just shy of the North Miami 15-yard line.
Last 4th down play, Abbott took it around the outside tackle and got a first down. So we'll see what they choose here.
We're down to 1:50 to play in the first half. Rochester with all 3 timeouts. And they're on the football with 4th and about a yard. Straight T backfield and 2 tight ends. Brady Perez pointing, now comes up under center with 7 on the play clock. Jackson comes in motion to the near side. Here's the handoff to Abbott. Abbott hit at the line of scrimmage, backs his way to the 15-yard line.
That'll be close.
And it looks like from here that should be enough for a Zebra first down. No indication of that yet. Oh, they're going to spot him short of the 15. If it's short of the 15, I think they're going to bring the sticks.
Yeah.
That's where they started. That's where they started that play, and it doesn't look like, from my perspective, of course, I'm 1,000 yards away from that.
If they get it, it's going to be just by the nose of the football.
Abbott again, they're looking to bounce it outside instead of pounding it up the middle.
Yeah, less than a yard.
And it could have cost him on this one.
90 seconds to play in the first half. They're going to stretch the sticks across the field, I think, and measure this one.
Ed Hockley there carrying the chain in the middle.
Well, he's wearing an extra small.
What's that? Extra small? Is that a size?
I wore that in 2nd grade.
Wow. I was born, maybe.
So here we go. We're going to stretch this one. It's going to be close, men. And I believe they're going to get it.
Barely?
I don't think so.
Barely?
They did. Wow. Just by the nose. Yes, just by the nose.
What game was it last year? They whipped out the debit card and stuck it. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
I was hoping we'll see the debit card there.
So Rochester, a fresh set of downs at the North Miami 15-yard line with 90 seconds to play in the first half. As soon as they get this thing spotted, we're going to roll, so we need to be on the ball here quickly. 3 timeouts yet for the Zebras. 14-0 Rochester as the first half's coming to an end. The week that was coming up next here on WROI. Also some soccer interviews as well. Brady Perez with a straight T backfield and 2 tight ends on the 15. Takes the handoff, rolls to the right. It's got a guy in the back of the end zone. That's Dalton. Touchdown, Zebras.
Great job, Perez, with the blockers out front. Rolled, found Dalton wide open in the corner of the end zone and lofted a pass right to him. Dalton catching it softly with both hands in the corner.
The play action there froze the linebackers, which lets Dalton get
play action.
Yeah, there was a little play action there. A little fake to Prater. Lets Dalton slip behind the linebackers. That's beautiful.
20-0 Rochester, and the Schaefer extra point coming. Again, Riston is your holder. Snap is back. Kick is away, and it is good. 21-0 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
It was excellent play call. I loved it. I love that they finally committed to the play action. Lets Dalton get in the game. He slips right behind the linebackers. And again, as we talked in off air, Perez is putting it on the money tonight.
Yeah, doing a good job. Both the front line giving him the time to pass, and that time a little play action rollout, and he had a couple of blockers in front of him and found his receiver.
Let's not give Hanley a chance to put points on the board here.
But he's going to get it again. He slips at the 10, regains his footing. Got him now off the races. Hanley, one man to beat. And that is Schaefer, the kicker, brings him down at his 49-yard line.
Rochester going to have to get a little coaching here at halftime on their special teams.
Take it out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, make them drive the field. They haven't proved to do it yet, but
they've got a good return every time we've kicked off to them tonight. Yeah. That one just about went to the house.
64 seconds to play in the first half. Rochester up 21-0, and working with a good left-handed throw brings the play to the huddle. They'll have two receivers to both sides, and probably Sonafrank back there with him. Yeah, Sonafrank will lead his right. Two receivers to the right, two to the near. Near side, short side of the field, the North Miami sideline. Working, back to pass, looks to the near side, steps up, throws it short. It is incomplete. Off the hands of the North Miami receiver. Musselman was the intended receiver. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
I don't know how strong Working's arm is, but I don't think we have anybody that can run with Hanley. So we need to be, the boy can fly.
I agree.
Yeah.
Throw it as far as you can throw it. You're probably not going to out-throw him.
He's going to go get it.
Yeah. A minute to play in the first half. 2nd and 10 for the Warriors at their own 49-yard line.
6'3", too. I mean, he has good size, good build.
You're right. Now they empty the backfield to go 5 receivers. 3 to the right, 2 to the near. Working under Sam, working in the shotgun. Back to pass. Here comes some pressure. Steps up, and he's going to be sacked from behind by Walker.
Yeah, he had them both coming from both directions, and Walker was able to bring him down from behind.
Tyler Walker is going to force Tristan Working to a 1-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 11 now for the Warriors back at their 48. There's the disadvantage of emptying everything out and hoping your front line can keep Rochester out of the backfield. This time Sonafrank will stay back there. 4 receivers, slow snap, picked it up on a bounce, is working. He'll run, jump pass, tip up in the air. It is incomplete.
No.
And now we're going to have a flag in the play for pass interference, but the ball was already tipped.
Yeah, Graham made a great play on the football and tipped it.
Coach Hooker's over there saying that same thing. The ball was tipped. There should not be a flag. In fact, they're signaling tipped, and they're going to wave off the flag. It'll be make that 4th down and 11 with 26 seconds to play in the first half.
I've been hard on the guys in stripes this year, but you know what? They did a good job there. They got together,
they got it right,
got the call right. But
it was kind of hard not to see that. The ball's trajectory changed drastically.
But once that ball's tipped, it's free game.
North Miami will take a timeout. We'll take a 30 as well. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
30 yards.
26 seconds to play in the first half. Rochester expecting North Miami, hoping maybe North Miami's going to punt this one away on 4th and 11 at their own 48-yard line. And Sonafrank back deep to do that. Prater, he can reel one off too. He stands back inside his 30-yard line at about the 26. Sonafrank gets it high snap. He pulls it down on the jump. Gets it away. A wobbly kick. Going to bounce. Prater going to pick it up. Sidesteps one tackler. Trying to get away from Hanley. Nah. And Hanley brings him down with 15 seconds to play in the first half, and I would think Rochester will probably kneel on it and go to the locker room. We'll see.
I would think so.
The week that was coming up next, first half stats as well. We'll talk to Rochester's soccer coaches. That's all at the break.
I think I'm going to go hit up the burger stand, boys.
Yep, Max Munchies. Sure. A new segment at halftime if we have time. Rochester at their own 24-yard line, 1st and 10. And they're going to line up to look like they're going to run a play. Jackson dots the I, Brady Perez under center. Brady takes a snap, hands off to Jackson. Jackson cuts back towards the middle, and he's tackled finally at the 35, maybe the 36. And Rochester will get a first down of about a 12-yard run for Jackson, giving the 35-yard line. It doesn't look like Coach Hooker will use a timeout, and Rochester will let the clock roll to the end. At halftime, the Zebras lead 21-0. First half stats and the week that was coming up next. 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4. Back in North Miami High School, we're at the break. Rochester leading 21-0. 2:04 to play in the first quarter. Rochester scored first. Hayden Prater on a 4-yard run. The kick was good. It was 7-0 after one. With 8:45 to play in the second quarter, Isaiah Jackson scored on a 6-yard touchdown run. The Wade Schaefer kick was good. It was 14-0. Then at the minute 12 to play in the first half, Brady Perez hit Wilson Dalton on a 15-yard touchdown pass. The kick was good. Yeah, the kick was good. It was 21. It's 21-0 right here at the break. Brady, first half numbers.
Yeah, for North Miami, Rochester doing a really, really good job like we've seen them do all year long. North Miami with just 4 yards of rushing offense, and Tristan working 0 for 4 with an interception throwing the football, so 4 yards of offense total in that first half for North Miami. On the Rochester side of the football, Hayden Prater with 6 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown. Bryce Abbott 7 carries for 28 yards. Tyler Johnson 5 carries for 27 yards. Isaiah Jackson 12 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. The Zebras with 163 total rushing yards in this first half. And Brady Perez 2 of 3 throwing the football tonight. 1 interception, 1 touchdown, 36 total yards. The 1 touchdown was a 15-yard touchdown pass to Wilson Dalton. And the Zebras with 199 total yards of offense in the first half tonight.
Halftime, the Zebras up 21-0. The week that was is coming up next. 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4.
So we won't play North Miami for the next 3 years.
Really?
I'll tweet it.
Is that X right there? It is X.
Yeah, he just went back down. I think he...
Here we go, Paul. Okay.
The winning ticket for the raffle, please report to the press box. We have your prize in the press box.
Back in North Miami, the week that was coming up right now. The Zebras, I guess, here at the break lead at 21-0. We're all the way back to last Saturday in the Varsity Girls TRC Golf Tournament. Manchester was first with a team score of 357. Rochester third overall, the score of 398. Christiana Lingenfelder, second low medalist of the match. She fired an 88. Marley Strasser a 95. Maddie Henning a 106. Ashlyn Foster a 109. And Jordan Mitchell a 130. Varsity Girls Volleyball on Saturday. Rochester fell to Benton Central 25-22, 19-25, 7-15. Defeated Winnemac 25-18, 25-10. Defeated Twin Lakes 25-16, 25-21. And fell to Danville 25-21, 13-15, 8-15. On the day, Olivia Riggle had 19 points and 21 kills. Molly Conley had 19 points, 68 assists, 24 digs. Caitlin Rogers, that is, had 17 points. Hannah Houseman, 13 kills. And Christina Town had 23 kills and 26 digs. Monday night, varsity tennis. Rochester defeated Tippecanoe Valley 5-0. Number one singles player, Grant McCarter, won 6-3, 6-4. Number two singles player, Kyle Reinhardt, won 6-love, 7-5. Quinn Stasiak and number three singles won 6-4, 6-3. The number one doubles team of Aaron Dunwoody and Aaron Miser, Andrew Dunwoody and Aaron Miser won by default. And Brock Beeler and Kane Lutz, number two doubles, won by default as well. Varsity Girls Volleyball Monday night. Rochester defeated Whitco 26-24, 25-16, 25-15. Christina Town had 13 points. Chloe Harris had 8, and Caitlin Rogers was 7. Olivia Riggle had 9 kills, and Caitlin Rogers with 4. Chloe Harris had 21 assists, and Chloe Harris and Christina Town each with 8 digs. Also Monday night, varsity guys soccer. Rochester defeated Peru 5-0. Wade Schaefer had a hat trick. He had 3. Will Tone had 2. Junior varsity football Monday night. Rochester and Whitco ran to a 6-6 tie. Landon Kelly had 107 yards rushing and a touchdown. Noah Swango had 9 assists, tackling, and a sack. The JV now 1-0-2. Middle school tennis on Monday night. Rochester competed against Manchester. Braden Zink won 8-4. Brock Bowers lost 7-6. Tiebreaker 6-8. Cody Smith won 8-1. Ella McCarter won 8-4. Tanner Reinhardt won 8-2. Ethan Medina and Drew Strasser won 8-love. Robert Bazo and Eli Jackson won 8-love. Jake Freeman, Kelton Lett won 8-2. Thatcher Sansel and Wes Steininger won 8-1. Kate Johnson and Caleb Wilson lost 1-6. Caden Rowe and Parker Wallace won 6-2. Tucker Campbell and Reese Johnson lost 3-6, and Ella McCarter and Ava Thompson lost 4-6. Tuesday night, varsity girls golf in a three-way meet. Northfield 198, Rochester 204, Peru 215. Christiana Lingenfelder, low medalist of the match, she fired a 45. Ashlyn Foster at 53, Marley Strasser at 54, Maddie Henning at 52, and Kat Rinsberger at 65. Also, this week and the week that was, 8th grade girls volleyball on Tuesday. Rochester defeated Lewis Cass 25-9, 25-6. Their record now 6-0. Leading the way for the 8th grade, Alexa Kuskaskakis had 12 aces. Emma Hadashell with 2 digs, and Kylie Coleman had 4 kills. 7th grade contest. They beat Lewis Cass 25-21, 25-22. Their record now 1-5. Leading server Isabel Dunwoody with 8 aces. Lily Watson had 4 digs, and Riley Elliott with 1 kill. On Wednesday night, varsity golf, Rochester fell to Logansport 209-213. Christiana Lingenfelder, low medalist of the match, she fired a 40. Ashlyn Foster at 54, Marley Strasser at 59, Maddie Henning at 60, and Kat Rinsberger at 60. Varsity tennis Wednesday night, Rochester defeated Whitco 4-1. Number one singles player, Grant McCarter, won 6-1, 6-2. Number two singles player, Quinn Stasiak, won 6-3, 6-1. Zach Dakey at number three singles lost 6-3, 6-7, tiebreaker 7-9, 5-10. The number one doubles team of Andrew Dunwoody and Aaron Miser won 6-3, 6-2. Brock Beeler and Kane Lutz at number two doubles, that is, won 6-1, 6-love. Evan Murphy won 6-1 in the JV contest. Reese Reaney won 8-6, and Aaron Kennedy won 8-love. Varsity guys soccer on Wednesday. Rochester defeated Tippecanoe New Valley 6-1. Will Tone with 3 goals. Caleb Hames with 2. And Skylar Razor with a goal for the Zebras. Thursday night, Varsity girls golf. Rochester battle Tippecanoe New Valley. Tippecanoe New Valley with an incomplete team. Rochester fired a 194. Christiana Lingenfelder a 39. Ashlyn Foster a 55. Marley Strasser a 47. Maddie Henning a 53. And Kat Rensberger a 61. Gabby Mayer fired a 65. Jordan Mitchell a 62. Reagan Becker, that is, a 69. And Suzanne Thomas a 76. Also Thursday night, in a great contest in varsity tennis, Rochester fell to Knox 3-2. Number 1 singles player Grant McCarter lost love 6-1-6. Kyle Reinhardt's the number 2 singles lost 6-love 5-7-1-6. Quinn Stasiak at number 3 singles lost 6-3, 6-7 tiebreaker 5-7, 3-6. Andrew Dunwoody and Aaron Miser at number 1 doubles 1-6-love 7-6 tiebreaker 7-3. And Brock Beeler and Kane Lutz at number 2 doubles 1-6-4, 2-6, 6-4. Zach Dakey won 8-2 in the JV contest. Evan Murphy won 8-love. Reese Sweeney won 8-1. Cameron Gunner won 8-1. The doubles team of Aaron Kennedy and Trenton Reinhold lost 6-8. And Blake Hughes and Drayden Vance lost 6-7, tiebreaker 6-8. Varsity volleyball last night. Rochester fell to Northfield in 3 sets, 17-25, 17-25, 22-25. On the night, Caitlin Rogers with 12 points. She also had 7 kills. And Molly Conley with 22 assists. Molly Conley had 12 digs, and Christina Town added 14. The JV contest went to Rochester over Northfield, 12-25, 25-17, 10-15. On the night, Carly Richard with 9 points. Chloe Harris had 9 points. Carly Richard had 9 kills. Chloe Harris had 27 digs, and Carly Blackburn added 13. Also Thursday, middle school volleyball. Rochester defeated Wabash 25-22, 25-19. Kennedy Leap with 3 aces. Sydney Haas with 7 digs. Emma Hattashell with 5 kills. And Alexa Kuskasekis had 6 assists. 7th grade contest. Rochester fell to Wabash 22-25, 19-25. Kenna Jackson with 2 aces. Riley Elliott with 4 digs. Taylor Howard with a kill. And Lily Watson, that is, had 1 assist. That wraps up the week that was in Rochester athletics. We're going to try to get in one interview. We'll get the other one in later in the year. We'll take a break, come right back with Trevor Brown. That's next, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Really pleased with my guys. We came out the first game against John Glenn, and we were down 4-0 at halftime, a little rattled. We had a nice heart-to-heart at halftime. We came out. We still lost that game, but we dominated the second half, scored a goal, and then after that, we won 5 in a row, including a come-from-behind victory over Delphi. We were down 2-0 with 30 minutes left in that game, and we scored 7 goals in the last 30 minutes. Never had that happen before. Overall, it's been a really good season. We were overtime away from a conference championship. Manchester, who's ranked 15th in the state right now, we were down 3-1 to them in the second half, and we came back and tied them 3-3, and then we ended up losing in overtime. So it's been an overall really, really good season. We've had some injuries, and it's just been the next guy up. some guys switching positions, and everybody's just done a great job.
You know, it's pretty cool to see that philosophy and the kids taking ownership to, you know what, this is all about the team, whatever I can help the team do to win.
Yeah, and that's really how it's been. You know, let's see, I think I've started like 16 different kids, 17 different kids. You know, we've only have 4 guys, I think, that have started every single game. So, and it's not that, you know, a kid's doing something wrong or something like that. It's just, you know, different games call for different matchups, and you know, the kids have accepted that, and they don't care if they're a senior coming off the bench or if a freshman started. There's no infighting, which makes it really fun.
Trevor, from game to game, are you familiar with the kids that you're going to be playing against?
Sometimes. You know, our conference teams, I'm pretty familiar with them, their system, who they have back, things like that. You know, sometimes we play, like this year we played Logansport. You know, we played them one other time ever in the, you know, since I've been coaching, and so like them, I had no idea going in. It's not as much scouting in soccer. You know, I don't get game film, so it's kind of whatever I can find or talk to another coach, that kind of thing. It's more kind of your old school getting information from a coaching standpoint.
Trevor, talk to me about your 11th year. You're in your 11th season. I'm sure you've learned a ton from season 1 to now, but I have to assume you're still learning.
Oh, yeah. I mean, new things come up all the time. Things, you know, you don't expect or whatever, and you have to adjust. But, you know, when I first started here, you know, we had maybe 16 kids on the team, and, you know, we won, I think, maybe 4 games, and every game was just a battle to, you know, work on mentality and skills and just basics. You know, so it's a lot of fun now where, you know, we have 3 different systems that we play from time to time. You know, the kids understand the game so much better now, and, you know, we're 1 win away from 6 consecutive seasons of winning at least 10 games. You know, we've got a couple sectional championships under our belt, and, you know, so it's been a lot of fun to watch the program grow.
You've done a great job with this, growing it from the little kids program to now. Along with that, it has to help that this is on TV more often. You know, 5 years ago, you couldn't find a soccer score. Now it's part of the bottom line on ESPN. The popularity, not only in Rochester, but in the U.S. is growing tremendously.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually, you know, to speak to that, I had a kid come out this year, a sophomore, never played soccer before. He just showed up, was like, hey, I watched World Cup this summer, and I'd like to try it. You know, and getting those kids out, like, you know, they just want to do something new. They, you know, yeah, being on TV and in the news a little bit, some top 10s, the kids see some cool stuff.
Sure.
And, yeah, it really helps.
Trevor, let's talk about your kids.
Absolutely. So, like to start, senior Will Tone has kind of been a really good leader for us this season. He just scored his 21st goal on Wednesday, which is tied his sophomore year's single season record. He's right now 3 goals away from tying Zach Du Bois for the all-time record, and, you know, obviously 4 goals from breaking it. But, you know, he hasn't scored, you know, hasn't scored more than 3 goals in a game. So, you know, that's spreading out your goals. He's only been 1 game this year he hasn't scored in, and, you know, it doesn't matter who the competition is, he finds a way. Now, with that said, you know, part of the reason why he's finding a way is he's getting a lot of help.
Sure.
You know, and we've really got a lot of kids that are just doing little things. You know, Skylar Razor's got, you know, several goals and assists for us. Wade Schaefer is a sophomore, racked up his 16th assist, which is a single season school record. You know, and our all-time assist record is 29, and he's already got 16 in 1 season. So, you know, I have a feeling he'll probably be breaking that in the future.
Sure.
You know, some guys that don't often get credit that deserve a lot is our defenders and our center mids. Jacob Dillingham's plays sweeper for us in the back, and, you know, he's you know, the kids say he's, you know, like a second keeper. Sometimes they call him a brick wall. He just nothing gets by the kid. He's just big and strong, and you know, with that defensive line, Jared Adley, Chaz Nelson, Austin Razor, Callan Campbell, Costa, you know, all those guys, you know, that put in that time in the back. That, you know, soccer, there's no stats for them. It's just, you know, as a coach, I look at them and I'm like, hey, they're doing their job. You
Sure.
know, they're winning balls, they're marking guys, they're doing all the, you know, they're like offensive linemen. You know, they're doing all the dirty work so that you know, the quarterback and running back can look good.
Yeah,
you know, but
right.
without those guys, you know, just like in football, you know, without that offensive line in soccer, without that solid, you know, defenders, you know, things fall apart.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
and you know, and Dalton Heischman, great job in goal. He's a senior also, and kid, you know, you look at him, you don't go, hey, there's an intimidating goalie. And after every game, coaches, you know, it's like, man, just look at him and just kind of like, hey, we might rack up some goals this game, and then he makes some sort of crazy athletic save, and so it's fun to get that feedback from other coaches.
How many seniors do you have?
I think we have 10.
No kidding.
Yeah, I think 10 or 11. Sorry that I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, and you know, I think 8 of them get a lot of playing time, and that'll be but that's the way it was last year and the year before. It seems like we always have 6 to 8 starters that, you know, graduate, and again, next guy up mentality.
Sure.
You know, we're just gonna, you know, keep working and getting better, and the young guys will show up the next year, and you know, bigger, stronger, faster, and we go from there.
Well, Trevor, I appreciate your time here at halftime. The best luck to you the next 4 games and into the sectional, and what a fantastic year to this point.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That was Rochester soccer coach Trevor Brown. Both Coach Brown and Coach Rensberger gave me fantastic interviews today, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to get to Coach Rensberger's today. We will get there definitely next Friday night. It's homecoming at Rochester next week. We'll get to that interview, I promise, next week. So I apologize and thank you for, you know, if they didn't give me such good interviews,
right,
we could have got both of them in tonight. But because of the week that was, and because of this, that, and the other, we just ran out of time. But Coach Rensberger, I'll get you next week. We'll replay that interview, and we appreciate both coaches' time here today. Halftime just about over. I have one more result from earlier in the week that was in middle school tennis. Rochester played Mechanical. Brock Bowers lost 2-8. Cody Smith lost Love 8. Tanner Reinhardt's won 8-4. Drew Strasser and Ethan Medina won 8-5. Eli Jackson and Robert Bazo won 8-1. Junior McLaughlin and Jake Freeman won 8-1. Thatcher Samsel and Wes Steininger won 7-7. 6-1 tiebreaker. Drew Bowers and Brady Morgan won 8-love. Cade Johnson and Caleb Wilson lost 1-8. Tucker Campbell and Reese Johnson lost love 8. Caden Rowe and Parker Wallace won 6-2. Ava Thompson and Ella McCarter, they lost 3-8. Adrius and Trevor Wally lost 1-8. So that wraps up. Look, folks, that's fantastic. We had a ton of scores this week, from middle school volleyball to middle school tennis to all the high school stuff. It's fantastic. Keep it coming. We'll read as many as I get. So I appreciate that. We appreciate that here at halftime, and we'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back and assess the first half. That's next. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4. And Blair, yeah. back in North Miami High School, and just kind of recap what we saw at the beginning of the game here. It was a fantastic night. We had a flyover.
Yeah.
We had the national anthem sang live for us, and then you got the little guys here playing football, and the National Guard is here. In fact, the National Guard and Kona Ice sponsoring football tonight here at North Miami, and North Miami wearing the National Guard unis, and it's been a really fun night. It's been a beautiful night for football as well.
It has been. North Miami did, hats off. They did a fantastic job tonight hosting this football game, and honoring the military tonight, both past and present, with the National Guard uniforms, and cookout pregame.
Yeah.
I guess Mac sampled a little bit of that.
The
there
Max
at halftime.
Munchies are coming.
Hey, some quick scores that we've got here at halftime. Thanks to Valsasaurus from the Rochester Sentinel. Valley put a couple touchdowns on the board in the second quarter. They now lead Whitco 26-14. Northfield, Rochester's opponent next week, back at home, homecoming for Rochester. Northfield leads Manchester 21-14. Mechanical leads Peru 22-0. Southwood leads Wabash 14-6. LaVille leads Caston 26-0. North Judson leading Winnemac 14-0. Triton over Culver Community 22-13, and Lewis Cass, who is a perennial sectional opponent for Rochester, is 28-0 over Northwestern.
Delphi still undefeated.
Yep.
Eastbrook number 2.
Just one loss on the year. Yep.
Rensselaer is like 5 in Class 2A. All those folks in Rochester sectional.
Yeah, Rochester getting a little notice. They were 12th this week in the polls.
No more flying under the radar, huh?
No.
Mac, what'd you have to eat at halftime?
Well, lots to choose from tonight. Tonight I went with the hamburger, Cheetos, and a water. But they also had hot dogs down there.
Yeah, and you didn't take one?
I passed on the hot dog.
I've never been to a concession stand that didn't disappoint.
I agree. It's food, baby. I love food.
So Rochester will kick to start the third quarter, hopefully not to Hanley.
Yeah, I don't know why. We've said it before. Kick it out of bounds, squib it, whatever, but do not give him a chance to put quick points on the board and give them any momentum.
Yeah, that's right. Rochester up 21-0 as we start the third quarter here at North Miami High School. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Schaefer puts a charge into it. Deep one. Deep kick. And the returner muffs it, picks it up at the 5, and is spun down at the 15-yard line. I don't know who that returner was, and I'll try to get that number here. It wasn't Hanley. I know that. It was Musselman.
That was a boot. I mean, that was
a good kick.
And it was away from Hanley.
Yes, it was. More importantly, it was away from Hanley. So North Miami will start the first possession of the second half at their own 14-yard line, going to our left. Ball on the near side of the field on the near hash.
North Miami only had 4 possessions in that first half. I'm not sure. I don't think they had a first down that first half.
Out of the shotgun is working. Gives to Sonafrank, and Wilson Dalton meets him right at the line of scrimmage. Sonafrank falls ahead to the 15, give him 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
North Miami is, I think, going to commit the rest of the game to the spread. I mean, to the 4 wide receiver look with the running back in the backfield, the quarterback option.
You know who I really liked to watch in that first half? Taylor Johnson ran the ball really hard.
Yeah, he did.
2nd and 9 for North Miami. Out of the shotgun, working back to pass. Looks to the far side, pumps, pulls it down. Now he's got to run away from pressure. Throws it up in the near side. And unfortunately for working in the Warriors, he ran out of field because Brady Perez and Riston was right there ready for the interception.
Yeah, he had to kind of hurry up and throw that off his back foot, trying to throw it towards the sideline. And it's a good thing the ball got out of bounds.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Warriors at their 15-yard line.
What I don't understand there, was he outside the tackle? Because that looked to be...
Yeah, he was.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Working out of the shotgun, Sonafrank to his right. Back to pass is working. Here comes the pressure. Steps up, throws down the near side. He's got a receiver, and it's picked off by the Zebras. Nick Allen down the near sideline, and he takes it back inside the North Miami 30 to around the 27-yard line. The Zebras intercept working for the second time this evening. And their first possession will start at the North Miami 28-yard line, 1st and 10.
Nick Allen doing a good job playing center field out there, playing off the receiver. The receiver looked wide open down the sideline for working, and Allen closed ground quickly and made a leaping catch in front of the receiver for the interception.
B.J. Barnes and Hayden Prater go wide to the left side. Short side of the field is the right side, North Miami sideline. Jackson dots the I. From the 27-yard line, Perez takes a snap, gives to Jackson. Jackson up the middle. is drugged down by working, but not until he gets to the North Miami 15-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 12 and a Zebra first down.
Rochester's offensive line there again, picking up where they left off in the second quarter. The holes are huge. Now the runs are starting to be 10-plus yards, and it's this could get quickly out of hand.
Even as we start the third quarter, and you would think everybody would be as fresh as they could be at this point.
Yeah.
First and 10 for Rochester at the North Miami 15. I-backs again for Brady. Takes the Graham snap, hands off to Jackson again going left. Isaiah Jackson cuts it back inside and takes a somersault inside the 10 down to around the 9-yard line. Maybe even to, give him the 9. It'll be second down and about 5 for Rochester.
Again, Jackson's 5 yards before contact made.
Yep.
Great job by the left side of that Zebra offensive line. You're looking at Dylan Weaver and Jerry Plummer.
Ball just inside the 10-yard line for Rochester. Abbott and Jackson in the eye. Twins receivers to the left for Brady Perez. Jackson again left. Kicks it to the sideline. Looking for the pylon. Now looking for the end zone. No signal yet, and he's brought down just shy of the goal line. Give him the 1. It'll be first and goal for the Zebras at the 1 after an 8-yard carry by Isaiah Jackson.
Bounced it outside on that. I think his read on that was guys were down inside. He kicked it outside, but I mean, those are easy yards. Way easy.
You know, guess who's getting the ball here on this 1-yard run?
Hopefully
the only guy that's touched it this third quarter. Yeah.
First and goal for Rochester at the 1. Brady, Isaiah, right side, Jackson, touchdown Zebras.
Isaiah Jackson with the 1-yard run for Rochester. He carried it all 28 yards after the interception, and Rochester goes up 27-0.
With 9:41 to play in the third quarter. The Schaefer extra point coming up. Road Star Driving School post-game show coming up after this one tonight. We'll get it right this week. Snap is back and down. The kick is on the way and is good. 28-0 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Plays by Isaiah Jackson as he caps it off with the 1-yard touchdown run, his second touchdown of the night.
So back deep is Hanley, one of the bag returners for North Miami. Schaefer ready. Puts a low end over end kick to it. Hanley off his fingertips and into the end zone. Fortunately for North Miami, that thing kind of spun around at about the 1-yard line and finally rolled in because if that would have stayed out, Hanley was on the ground, and that would have been first and 10 at the 1 instead of 20.
Great kick by by Schaefer. You know, not easily to catch, not easy to catch, not easy to return.
That's the second kickoff now. He's just drove.
Yeah, I mean, just half. Yeah. First and 10 for the Warriors at their own 20-yard line. Rochester up 28-0. And Working brings the play to the huddle. The Warriors break the huddle with 13 on the play clock. Working will send a receiver to the right. And 2 receivers in the slot, basically. Now is under center. Hanley goes in motion right, gets a pitch going right. Hanley hitting the backfield and is going to be dropped for a loss. Rochester's pursuit.
I think Tyler Walker was the first one to make contact, but then there was a whole swarm of white jerseys.
Well, when Forrest carrying the ball, you've got a swarm. He's going to lose a yard. It'll be second and makes it 2 yards. It'll be second and 12.
2 on the play. Second down.
Rochester's pursuit to the ball tonight has been excellent. I feel like so far up to this point, this has been, and the defense has been really good, but this is their best game.
Oh, yeah,
they're
I agree.
running the ball on the pass.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're just shutting down the run.
Warriors break the huddle with 8 on the play clock. They'll send a receiver to the near side and receiver to the far side. Out of the shotgun now is working. Back to pass, rolls hard to the near side. Throws in the middle of the field. It is incomplete. How about that recovery?
Fantastic.
Right there by Zane Gilbert, who got a right hand on it and tipped it away. The intended receiver is Hanley. We have a flag in the backfield as well. That'll be a hold on the Warriors, and that flag is at the 15-yard line, which is 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so that should bring up second down and 20. Well, it won't because it's probably half the distance, yes. But the flag was thrown at the 15-yard line.
Well, they've got 10 yards.
They
to
might
march it
decline
off.
this. This will be third and 12.
Make it 3rd and 12.
Coach Hooker might decline this penalty.
He did. He declined it.
So Hooker will decline this. It will bring up 3rd and 12 for the North Miami Warriors.
I wouldn't accept it either. North Miami hadn't gained 10 yards on the possession all night.
Yeah,
They got a total of 3 yards of offense for the entire ball game.
Wow.
So
8:50 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 28-0. And it's 3rd and 12 for the Warriors at their own 18-yard line, going to our left. Working has 2 receivers. Make that 3 receivers. 2 to the far, 1 to the near. Out of the shotgun now with Sonafrake back there with him. On the option, an underneath flip is complete, and North Miami is going to take it out to their 35-yard line and give themselves a first down. What a fantastic call by the Warriors, and that went to Braxton Beal for about 25 yards.
try 17.
For 17 yards.
Little slip screen out of the backfield where the quarterback looks like he's going to run a sprint option to the outside, and he tosses it to the running back who cuts up the middle.
Yeah.
Very nice play.
Working in the shotgun, Sonafrake to his right. Back to pass is Tristan Working. Here comes the pressure. Dumped over the middle. Incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted by Gary and Tarrant. Beal is the intended receiver again for the North Miami Warriors. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Ball was thrown low towards the ground, and Tarrant almost got his hands between the ball and the ground.
Yep. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Warriors at their own 35-yard line. 8:24 to play in the first half. The play just comes into the huddle with 10.
I want to say that run by Beal was the first down by North Miami.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, if they only had 3 yards total, you're right. North Miami quickly on the ball with 2, with 1. And right before the zeros got the snap. Working throws down the middle. It is complete to Hanley. Hanley get a block. He comes down the North Miami sideline. And now into Rochester territories. He's brought down to the Rochester 45.
Fantastic throw by Working on the out route. Hanley, he caught the ball. His acceleration from 0 to 60 is, again, unbelievable.
Great block by the other receiver for North Miami on Perez, knocking him out of bounds and allowing Hanley to cut the sideline and pick up a few more yards.
Here's something else I'm looking at. Zane Gilbert comes up hobbling on that left leg.
Yeah.
We can't lose him.
So that's 37 yards on 2 plays by North Miami.
And Rochester just jumped off sides as Zach Graham jumped on a hard count from Tristan Working. So it'll be a free 5. It'll be 1st and 5 for North Miami at the Rochester 40. 8:18 to play in the third quarter. The Zebras leading 28-0. But by far the best drive of the night for the Warriors right now.
And Rochester once again up 4 scores, and suddenly their brain runs off to
cruise control.
Where we're having dinner tomorrow night.
You buying?
No.
Well, you know what I'm doing tomorrow?
No.
Kennedy has her first college doubleheader tomorrow at Cornerstone University in Grand Rapids.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to that.
So you're driving.
I am driving in the morning.
Yeah.
Working. Here comes the pressure. Working retreats and is grabbed by the shirt tail. I don't believe the ball got to the line of scrimmage, but they're going to say there was a receiver in the area. And North Miami will take a timeout. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Watch that play. Not one North Miami offensive lineman blocked one of our defensive linemen, and it's a free-for-all.
We got a three-man front line.
Yeah.
Dalton, Graham, and Walker.
And they're doing a really, really good job tonight.
Tackle, nose tackle. Out of the shotgun is working on 3rd and 6. Tristan, low snap, gives to Sonafrank up the middle. And Sonafrank's going to be stood up after about a 3-yard gain, giving the 38. Maybe even the 30. Is that the 37? No, they're giving the 38. That'll bring up 4th down. And about a long 3 for the North Miami Warriors. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman.
And remember, this was after a 5-yard penalty against Rochester on 1st down.
Yeah, and offside, you're right.
So,
4th and 3 for the Warriors at the Rochester 38-yard line. The offense for North Miami will stay on the field. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field. At the top of the crown. They'll break the huddle with 6 on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry. Down to 4, to 3, to 2, to 1. They just get it off. Short snap again. Another another shovel pass to the middle of the field. Rochester stood the intended receiver up in the backfield, and it falls to the ground incomplete, so Rochester will take over on downs. That's the same play they just ran for 17 yards a couple of plays ago.
Yeah, luckily for them, that's considered a pass, or we'd have picked that up and walked to the end zone.
Yeah, Rochester's ball either way, but you're right. Do they allow them to advance?
So that play started at 38, and it looks like Rochester will start this series at the 39.
I feel like North Miami, I'm not a football coach, but they need to simplify their offense. I mean, just break down to the basics and don't have 50 plays, have 3 very good plays.
Jackson earns a spot of the second series. Fake the handoff. Brady Perez rolls to the right, now back to the left, a wide open field, cuts it back inside, he's got a first down, and now a far sideline. And then ran out inside the Rochester 40, make that inside the North Miami 40, giving the 39, and a zebra first down.
39 to 39.
I think that was supposed to be a pass play down the North Miami sideline, nothing there. Switched directions, went down the North or Rochester sideline, and Warrior 39-yard line.
22 yards on the pickup for Perez.
6'4", 200-plus pounds, and you're trying to grab him in the shoulder pads. It's not going to work.
Prater and Riston come wide to the near side. Jackson and Abbott in the I formation. Brady Perez under center on 1st and 10. Jackson gets a carry right. Isaiah at the 35, the 30, and brought down shy of the North Miami 25-yard line, giving the 27, maybe even the 26. It'll be another first down for the Zebras, giving the 27.
Another 12 yards for Jackson.
And that run there shows he is getting back to healthy.
Yeah.
The way he was grinding through the line there, the legs were going.
Yep. 17 carries, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Jackson tonight.
He just came out of the game. Taylor Johnson, decent speed. Back in. He gets a carry going left. Bryce Abbott, and then slips down right at the line of scrimmage. Or he would have went for a few. He actually gave him a yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 11 as he tried to make a cut with his left foot, and the cleat just slipped out from underneath him. 5:45 to play in the third. Rochester leading 28-0 here at North Miami High School.
Prater's got, what, maybe 5 carries tonight?
Yeah, Prater 6 carries.
Okay, yep.
Nick Allen split left, Prater wide right, Dalton tight right. Eye backs for Brady Perez. Brady Fakes the handoff, rolls on the near side, gets a block, a chip block, now keeps looking for the 30 and is drugged down to the 31. Nice pursuit by Sonafrank as he's going to sack Brady Perez back at the 31-yard line, so he's going to lose 3 more, and that'll bring up 3rd down at about 13 for the Zebras.
Perez has got to trust the process there. The tight end was over the top. That's the kind of pass that you put out there. You throw it to where your tight end can get it, or it's an incomplete pass.
You throw it towards the back of the end zone, towards the back pylon, so he either catches it or it goes out of bounds.
So the play comes in from the sideline. Rochester breaks the huddle with 8 on the play clock. You talking about hurrying. Come on, men. Down to 4, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, and Coach Hooker is going to use a timeout. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe, online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Brady Perez, regardless of the game, regardless of the score, has got to know that when you get outside there and you're being pulled by the shirt tail, you've got to get rid of it.
Yeah, and you're near the sideline, throw it away from the sideline at the line of scrimmage, or with his arm, you can chuck it out of the back of the end zone. But
throw it to Denver.
Exactly, yeah, but in a different game, the -3 yards on that's going to hurt you.
I agree.
You cannot take that.
Well, next week might be that different game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 3rd and 13 for the Zebras at the 30 of North Miami. Johnson in the eye, back to pass, now flips it back to Johnson and he goes left, now cuts it back inside. Taylor Johnson turns on the afterburners and spun down to the 20. Now it's going to be 4th and manageable. Let's see what Wade Schaefer has. Coach Grant not happy as he's virtually on a dead sprint to the defensive huddle. It's going to be 4th and 3. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, come back with 4th and 3 next, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4. Rochester keeps their offense on the field on 4th down and 3 at the North Miami 20-yard line. Prater, the flanker to the left side. Perez under center looking to draw the defense off sides, and then Rochester coughs up the ball. The ball is loose, but the Zebras recover.
Real close.
If he recovered, that's going to be real close to the line to gain. You're exactly right. They're going to spot that at the 18-yard line, but I believe is going to be short of a 1st down, and North Miami going to get it back. That was just never in the belly of Isaiah Jackson. So Rochester turns it over on downs. North Miami will start this drive at their own 18-yard line. The Zebras lead 28-0.
Outside of the interception that Perez threw at the beginning of the game, that's about the only miscue on offense we've had right there.
Yep, right. So the offense back on the field for the Warriors at their own 18-yard line, going to our left. Again, 4:22 to play in the 3rd quarter. Working has 4 receivers, 2 to the near, 2 to the far. Sonafrank to his right. Tristan Working has a low snap again, picks it up on a hop, throws it over the middle to a cutting Musselman, over his head, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Fantastic defense there by Nick Allen. He took outside technique, let the guy go inside. Took his right hand, wrapped it around the receiver, and knocked the ball away.
That only works when you knock the ball away.
Yeah, absolutely.
He catches it clean.
Yep.
Full stride.
How many times have we seen that snap hit the ground at least once on the There's a good snap. Sonafrank carries right up the middle. A huge hole for the Warriors. Sonafrank carries the ball out to the Rochester, make that to the North Miami 24-yard line. He's going to pick up 6, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the Warriors. With 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, the Zebras are up 28-0. No huddle offense now for North Miami. Working quickly on the ball. Sonafrank to his right, and it'll be 3rd and 4. What are we waiting on, men?
Changing the play.
Yeah, they look to the sideline and they changed the play.
They're looking at the official. Now Sonafrank goes to the left side, working. Another slow snap, working quickly over the middle. Hanley grabs it off his shoulder pad, and they're going to complete it, stay complete, as Zebras were saying no catch, but the officials are saying otherwise as Hanley gets it out to the 31, and a Warrior first down.
Quick, no look or half a step drop kind of pass. Yeah,
that is the 2nd snap in a row where Working had to pick the ball up off the grass.
Yeah.
Fortunately for Rochester, well, maybe not. I guess
12 men on the field for the Zebras.
Was that what I said?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So it was Rochester caught with 12 men on the field, so it'll be 1st and 5 after the 5-yard walk-off.
North Miami went to their turbo offense, which could be one of their 50 offenses, but it was a fast snap offense.
Yeah, that may not have been bad because Hanley was wide open on the seam.
Yeah.
1st and 5. Sonafrank gets the carry right up the middle. Oh, Sonafrank off to the races. Sonafrank then tackled at the Rochester 49-yard line. He came out of the middle of that scrum like he wasn't even touched. He just shot out of that like a bullet, and he got it up to the Rochester 49.
15-yard pickup for Sonafrank.
Warriors quickly on the ball. Another low snap. It rolled 3 times this time. Working throws, or it looks like a throw. Pulls it down. Good grief, and runs it forward to avoid pressure. And picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That is not a snap. That was going for a spare there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That rolled all the way back to the quarterback.
Now somebody on the ground for North Miami.
Now we having an injury timeout. So let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Back at North Miami High School, Connor Wilson was the injured Warrior coming off, and the trainer's looking at his left knee, which means a backup center coming in.
Sam Spradling.
Okay. Senior? for the Warriors.
5'9", 228.
So after the quarterback decides Tristan Working looking to throw, a lot of pressure by Rochester up the middle, decide to tuck and run. He got a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. And again, North Miami has used all of their timeouts. They have 4 receivers, 3 to the far, 1 to the near.
Rochester spreading their defense a little bit.
Working in the shotgun formation. Good snap, high snap over the helmet. Flips it out, and it was almost picked off by Prater. And I believe Hanley was intended receiver. It'll be 3rd and 9.
If anybody catches that football, black or white, it's going to the end zone.
Yeah, you're right.
I think Hayden was baiting that. I mean, that's why the North Miami guy was open as way as he was. But
man, but you don't want to leave 4 open.
I would agree.
If 4 catches it for North Miami, there's nobody there to get on.
Yeah.
Yep. 3rd and 9 for the Warriors. Out of the pistol now is Working. Son of Frank with a carry, wrapped up by Lamb, gets a yard. It'll be 4th and 8 for the Warriors at the Rochester 47-yard line with 2:41 to play in the third. The Zebras leading 28-0. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman, back home next week with
Northfield
Norse.
Homecoming.
Remember last year, Rochester 5-0 when they went to Northfield. Feeling pretty good about ourselves until we had 7 turnovers in that football game.
Brandon Baker does a very good job over there for Northfield.
Yeah.
On 4th and 8. Here's a pass. Working rolls to the right. Throws it out. It is complete. Slips a tackle down the far sideline. North Miami Warriors looking for the end zone. But he is ripped down by Brady Perez. But not until he gets inside the Rochester 5-yard line. Who was that?
Couldn't tell. The numbers aren't popping like they were earlier.
Is that Beal? Beal with the reception. And about a 35-yard run after the play down the Rochester sideline. 1st and goal for North Miami at the 3. Working, rolls to the near side, looking to pass. Has Hanley in the end zone. Touchdown Warriors. A 3-yard pitch and catch from Working to Hanley. And North Miami's on the board is 28-6. With 2:01 to play in the third quarter. And the extra point coming for the Warriors.
Kicker looks to be number 66, Owen Heilman.
Snap is down, kick is away, and it is good. Just sneaks up inside the right upright. 28-7 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
I'm sorry.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Pass play, but the play before that, the 43-yarder from Working to Beal set up the touchdown for the North Miami Warriors.
And as you said off air, Brad, again, the big pass play burns the Zebras defense.
Yeah, it's happened every week this year. Fortunately for Rochester, it hasn't cost them, a ball game yet. They did a great job. Knox was the one game that we were trailing going into the fourth, and they did a great job in that game, keeping the ball away from Knox in that fourth quarter.
Plummer, Swango, Lease, Graham, and Walker on the front line for the Zebras.
Yeah, they need to be alert here.
Everybody ready for the onside kick.
28-7, the Zebras on top, 2:01 to play in the third. And North Miami getting ready to kick to the Rochester Zebras. In fact, the return men kind of expecting an onside kick as well.
North Miami with only 3 yards of total offense before that series started, now with 117 yards total offense.
North Miami, onside kick coming, takes a high bounce, and the Warriors are going to get it. The Warriors are going to get it.
Rochester stood.
Nope, hang on a minute. Yep, the Warriors are going to get it.
Rochester caught standing and watching as the ball went bouncing past them. North Miami doing a great job of collapsing in and getting it.
That was a fantastic onside kick because right at Tyler Walker, it took a huge bounce.
Yep, just what you want it to do.
Yep, and it allowed the North Miami Warriors to fall on it. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Great execution.
At the Rochester 43-yard line, 2:01 to play in the third quarter.
And right now, North Miami's offense is also their best defense.
Yep. What are we doing here?
Working on the third. Wrapped up by number 23, Parrott.
Yeah. Okay, I can hear you still. Did you get the onside kick call? Okay.
64, James Gilbert, took a stop.
Back in North Miami High School, we apologize for the technical problems here. Kicked us off, the AT&T kicked us off the air, and 3 plays later, North Miami, after receiving the onside kick, gets a first down, so they have a 1st and 10 at the Rochester 32. Working back to pass. Quick throw over the middle is complete. So there's a flag on the...
There is a flag.
Have declined the penalty. The 2nd and 1.
Where are they at?
Second and 1, Sana Franco over the right side is going to have enough for another Warrior first down as he carries the ball to the Rochester 20-yard line. Hang with us. We'll try to get through this game here. 48 seconds to play in the third. Rochester up 28-7. And Warriors 1st and 10 at the Rochester 20-yard line. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Warriors quickly on the ball, working out of the shotgun. Back to the rolls to the near side. Here comes some pressure. He's going to throw it. It is picked off by the Zebras. Taylor Johnson picks it off inside his 10, but does stop a North Miami drive as the Zebras will take over with their own 8-yard line.
All the momentum was going North Miami's way. That's a big play by Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, North Miami had some momentum going their way. They looked like they had a plan on offense. They were executing, and Rochester with a big play, get the ball back, and should easily take it into the fourth quarter.
31.3 seconds to play in the third. Rochester up 28-7, and will start this drive after their third interception of the night at their own 8-yard line.
Welcome back, Mr. Johnson.
Yep. Barnes wide to the near side. Prater goes split left. Dalton tight left. High backs for Brady Perez with 19 on the play clock. Takes a snap, gives to Jackson. Isaiah off the left side. Isaiah dragging some tacklers with him as he crosses the 10. And the spot on the near side looks like to be around the 12, maybe the 13-yard line. But that should be the final play of the third quarter, as Rochester will be looking at 2nd and 6 from the 12-yard line of their own 12-yard line when we come back for the fourth. After 3, the Zebras lead 28-7. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4.
It was about to get interesting there, 28-14. And
no kidding.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
After the interception, Isaiah Jackson picked up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Z's at their 12-yard line.
Important for Rochester to get a couple first downs here. Keep North Miami's offense off the field again. They had it going. They were rolling. Keep the clock running. They're out of timeouts, and we should be okay.
So the Zebras ready. Jackson and Abbott split in the backfield. 2 tight ends for the Rochester Zebras. Actually, we're going to a full house backfield. Straight T on 2nd and 6. Perez to Prater. Hayden Prater right up the middle. Backs his way across the 15-yard line to the 16. Give him 4. Bring up 3rd down and about 2 for the Zebras.
That's only the 7th carry in the ball game for Prater. And you know, if you could tell Joe Grant, the coach for North Miami, that you were going to hold Prater to just 46 yards when he's averaging 118, you'd think you were having a pretty good night.
Yeah.
But
big holes that were there earlier are now back to being small.
With Johnson and Jackson in the backfield for Rochester, though, it's anybody's guess who's getting the football.
3rd and 2 for the Z's at their own 16. Jackson comes in motion to the near side. He gets a pitch coming to the near side, gets a good block from Prater, cuts it up the field, and takes the ball close to the 19-yard line. And that's going to be close to a Zebra first down, and they're going to have to bring this. They're just not even going to measure. They're just going to give it to us. 19-yard line was the carry, and that'll bring up a first down for the Z's. Ball in the near hash.
And just as important as picking up first downs and moving the football is keeping the clock rolling.
B.J. Barnes goes wide right, which is the wide side of the field. Prater, the flanker, to the left side. Johnson now the flanker to the right. The lone back is Abbott on 1st and 10. Prater goes in motion to the right, gets a pitch going right. Got some blocks, cuts it back inside. Hayden Prater fighting for yards at the 25. He's off the run. Prater in midfield. Prater at the North Miami 40, at the 30, at the 20, at the 10. Touchdown Zebras.
And just like that, on cue, Hayden Prater goes 81 yards for the Zebras as he's able to get around that right corner and catch the sideline, and nobody is able to catch Hayden Prater once he gets to full speed on the sideline.
Who is now over.
He's got 127 yards on 8 carries.
With 10:37 to play in the football game. Rochester now up 34-7.
So change your post-game interview.
And just like that, the North Miami, the air just got sucked out of their lungs, and that's huge.
Schaefer ready for the extra point. Puts the charge into 1. He's got plenty of leg, and it's good. 35-7 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Rochester 35.
Hayden Prater just broke off a big one to put him over 100 yards for the night as he scores and puts the Zebras up 35-7.
So after the Tyler Johnson interception inside the 10, Rochester goes 92 yards in 4 plays, and right on cue, Hayden Prater steps up and takes it 81 yards to the touchdown, and that's his second score of the night.
Again, breaking tackles to get him free.
To get around that corner,
So don't forget about the Fulton Roadstar Driving School post-game show coming up here on WROI. When this one's over, we'll recap all the scoring drives for both North Miami and Rochester, and of course give you stats from the entire game and talk to Coach Hooker in the post-game show as well. Again, brought to you by Fulton Roadstar Driving School of Rochester. Schaefer ready. Short end over end kick. Going to come down to Musselman, it looks like, at the 10. Musselman at the 20. Lowers his head at about the 30. Cuts it upfield. And is brought down, tackled near the 33-yard line. So that's where North Miami will start this drive on their own 33. Going to our right with 10.5 minutes to play in the football game.
How quickly that can change, saying holding Prater to 40-something yards.
32.
And
he had 47 prior to that 81-yarder.
North Miami, however, has found what works for their offense.
Yes, they've had some big plays of their own there in that third quarter. A 17-yard run by Beal, a 43-yard, and a 20-yard pass by Working, as they put one score on the board and was looking to get a second one.
Out of the shotgun, Working, looks left, throws left, has a pass completed, the far side. And Nate Musselman was the receiver, and his knee touched down shy of the 40-yard line. Give him the 38. A 6-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Warriors, and they're quickly on the ball. Gosh, dang it. Tired of this bullshit.
He's on a break on the run.
Face mask.
Well, I apologize for folks listening on RTC4. This phone situation, the issues we're having back in Rochester, I believe, with the phone, with the cell service, not making me very happy tonight, but I guess we'll get through it, right? So I apologize.
So North Miami picks up the first down after the holding or the face mask penalty against Rochester.
Sonafrank, it looks like, up the middle.
Sonafrank on the carry.
And he gets about to 4 yards, maybe even 5. It's 4, it'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman, quickly on the ball. Rochester at the, make that North Miami at the Rochester 49. Sonafrank again off the left side. And he is stopped for a minimal gain. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Warriors with 9:10 to play in the football game. The Zebras up 35-7.
And again, North Miami putting together a little bit of a drive here. Helped out by a couple of Rochester penalties along the way.
3rd and 5 for the Warriors at the Rochester 48. North Miami going to our right. The Warriors look at their wristbands, and now we'll have the play, and we're ready to roll with 15 on the play clock. Sonafrank to the right of Working, who's in the pistol formation. Low snap again. Working rolls left, being chased by Graham. He's going to keep. And Working scampers out of bounds, I believe. And we'll have enough for a nope.
No, he's going to be short.
Yeah, it'll be 4th and 2.
A couple of yards short.
I thought he had enough for a Warrior first down, but he went out of bounds before the line to gain. It'll be 4th and 2 for the Warriors at the Rochester 45-yard line.
I believe Mr. Walker was on his heels.
I think you're right. 4th and 2 for the Warriors at the North Miami 44. And now they will huddle. The play comes in from the sideline. North Miami will break the huddle with less than 10 on the play clock.
Rochester had the ball at a ratio of about 2-to-1 in the first half. And North Miami flipping the script on Rochester here in the second half.
North Miami just gets a play off, Working off the left side. Tristan Working fighting for yards.
Ooh, it's going to be close.
And I believe he's going to get enough for a first down. Give him 3 and a Warrior first down.
Very close delay game there.
Yeah, I thought he was short myself.
They're going to measure. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Warriors or 1st and 10 for the Zebras. My vantage point looks like it's enough for a first down. But
well, both side judges were marked it off 3 yards, which would be a first down. But the referee in the middle of the field pulled it back a yard.
So the sticks will come across. We'll measure again. They pull the chain tight. Yeah, that's going to be a first down.
Yep.
Yeah, by almost the entire ball.
Can't see that?
I saw that from here. All they had to do is ask. First and 10 for the Warriors at the Rochester 43-yard line. 8.5 minutes to play in the game. Zebras leading 35-7. Working with 4 receivers, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far. Sarah Frank is in the backfield with Tristan working, and he is to his right. Out of the pistols working. Low snap again, picks it up off the grass, throws it down the near side. He's got a receiver, it's Beal. It's complete, and Jackson brings him down.
Jackson,
the 15, giving the 11.
Jackson got caught looking up at the football, and Beal ran past him, caught the ball behind him.
Gain on the play.
32 on the
32-yard pass play from working to Beal. And it's first and 10 for North Miami, the Rochester 11-yard line. Make that the 12. Out of the shotgun is working. Throws left, has a receiver, incomplete. Intended for Moreland. And that'll be second down and 10 at the 11. I'll make that at the 12.
Walker was able to get a hand on that.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, the official signaled that there was a tip ball, and I saw Walker with the Matumbo finger in the air.
Sana Frank grabs the run, grabbed by the shoulder pad to slow him down by Lamb, and he gets it to the 10. It'll be third and 8 from the 10-yard line for the Warriors.
When North Miami lines up and goes with the play that's called, I feel like they're doing a good job. And then they start looking to the sideline, trying to get fancy, and that's when she all breaks down.
Yep. 7:40 to play in the game. North Miami 3rd and 8 from the Rochester 10. Working out of the shotgun. We'll keep it going left. Working, gets to the corner, outruns Dalton to the corner. Now looking to the end zone. Is he in? Touchdown, Warriors. Tristan working, outruns the Zebra defense to the pylon and scores on a 10-yard touchdown run to make it 35-13.
I think North Miami has found their groove on offense, which goes back to that long Prater touchdown, keeping us a nice 21-point cushion, but they're marching right down the field on us.
Yeah, you're right.
Throwing it and running it.
7:28 to play in the game. The extra point coming. Snap is back, hold is down, the kick is away, and it is good. 35-14 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI, RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
And race to the pylon. He gets in. It's now 35-14 in favor of Rochester with 7:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. And North Miami will line up again for another possible onside kick.
Yeah, Rochester needs to look for the kicker slowly comes forward and they bring a guy from the side to boot the ball in the ground. So they've seen it once. They should know what to look for from either side.
When you see people shifting from one side to the other, you kind of got to be aware of where you're at on that front line.
And don't try picking it up. Just fall on it.
Just grab a hold of it and fall down.
So here we go. More than likely, onside kick coming. Rochester up 35-14. North Miami approaches the football. It's another onside kick.
It's got to go 10, and it doesn't. It does not go 10.
It goes out of bounds at the 49-yard line. It went 9 yards, maybe 9.5, and it went out of bounds. So Rochester going to get possession of it.
Number 24 there for Rochester, Nick Allen did a great job by not running up and trying to grab that.
Yeah, you're right.
Seeing that it was not going to go 10 yards and it was going to go out of bounds, it's a great job there.
So with 7:28 to play in the game, Rochester.
Well, North Miami's really picked up a lot of momentum here in the second half. I know, Rochester took 4 plays to put a score on the board their last possession, but really be nice to see them just run this clock out to double zeros.
So Rochester will get the football at the North Miami 45. Is that right?
So would it be where it goes out of bounds plus 5 yards, correct?
Yeah, 44-yard line.
Yep, the 44.
Yep. It went out to 49, so. And absolutely, Brad, we have the offense. Let's grind out some first downs here, run the clock out, get out of here with no more injuries. No injuries at all, actually.
B.J. Barnes split right, flanker right is Jackson. He comes in motion to the near side. Prater gets a carry going right. Hayden Prater off to the races again. Hayden Prater slips a tackle. It's 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Zebras.
Hayden Prater is just so strong. They had him, 2 linebackers on a shoulder each at 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, and he pulled through, ran right through him. Pulled away.
They do not like our plan of get a few first downs and run the clock out. They know one mode, and that is go.
Hayden Prater, 44 yards for his 3rd touchdown of the evening on just 9 carries.
How many carries does Abbott have? Schaefer ready for the extra point.
Abbott has 7 carries.
Wrist in the holder. Snap is a high snap. Gets it down, kicks it away, and it's good. 42-14, Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
35 yards and 2 touchdowns in the last 2 times he's touched the football.
Again, he doesn't like that plan of just getting a first down. He sees Pater, that's where he's going.
Well, I'll say, North Miami did a great job for 2.5 quarters on Hayden Prater, and then all of a sudden he touches the ball twice. And
they did a pretty good job there. I mean, he had 2 guys on his shoulder pad.
He fought for those first 10 yards. In the last 44, he just ran away from everybody.
So Schaefer ready to kick. Looks like Musselman and Hanley back deep. And it goes to Musselman at the 10, the 20, the 30. Right up the middle, and finally brought down at his own 36, 37-yard line. Make that Beal on the return, and he's slow to get up. But North Miami will just, his kids will pick him up.
Oh, he's a little shaky there.
Beal still on his hands and knees, trying to get up. And we're going to have an injury on the field, and we'll take a 30-second break. Paul, we'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4. Beal walks off under his own power. And North Miami on the football, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Rochester up 42-14. Working Back to pass. Looks left. Pumps. Throws left. It is incomplete. Almost a one-handed grab by Nick Allen, but it's incomplete.
And again, North Miami with the receiver wide open. He beat the defender on that corner and was sprinting down the sideline. It was a great pass by Working. Nick Allen just made a fantastic athletic play on the ball.
Pioneers beat.
It's over. It's over.
Who they beat?
Pioneer played North White, and tonight's final score was
78-0.
78-0.
Working from the near side, off the hands of Hanley, out of bounds. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
That's their typical weekly score, isn't it? They get 78 and then they just shut it down.
And they had 62 through 3, so they didn't stop. They scored a few more times in the 4th.
Well, you can't tell the 2nd and 3rd string to not go out and play hard.
78-0.
But here's the other thing: if they have a JV team, that 2nd and 3rd string can't play very often.
They probably got more minutes than the varsity squad.
They only get 5 quarters a week.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
3rd and 10. Working will keep. Runs left. Working. He's got a first down as he spins his way to the midfield. Got to pick up
49 yards.
13 yards. And a Warrior first down.
And for North Miami going forward, by getting others involved, you can't just key on Working, which allows him then to open some things up.
Out of the pistol is Working. Sean Frank to his right. Low snap again. Picked it up off the ground. Working. Throws a nice pass. On the near side is incomplete.
Another great pass from Working. He just overthrew his receiver by a little bit.
That was a fantastic-looking ball.
Yeah, it was thrown wonderful. The receiver and the DB had a little contact, but again, our DB was beat. He turns around, and by the time he turns around, the ball's over his head. If the receiver continues to run, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, Musil was the intended receiver, and that was a fantastic-looking throw, just about 5 yards too long. 2nd and 10 for Working in the Warriors at their own 49. Tristan Working rolls to the near side, being chased, escapes one tackler, carries the ball to the sideline, is ran out of bounds by Walker and Jackson. He does carry it into Rochester territory. He runs out of bounds at about the 48. So he ran about 30 yards and picked up about 3. It'll be 3rd and 7.
They do ask a lot out of him. I know he's a tremendous athlete, but I think he's going to learn. The more you get others involved, the easier it will be for him.
Yeah. 3rd and 7 for the Warriors of the Rochester 48. 6.5 minutes to play in the game. Again, the Zebras leading 42-14. Working in the shotgun with Sana Frank to his left. And now we're going to have a false start on the Warriors. Did you see who that was?
It looked like the guy on the now tight end be the left tackle. Looks like he flinched.
So 3rd and 12 now after the 5-yard walk-off.
North Miami now with over 200 yards of offense, 104 rushing and 111.
That's a really good half because
the football.
At halftime they had 3.
Yes. Yes.
The Fulton Road Star Driving School post-game show coming up after this one's over. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman here at North Miami High School. 6.5 minutes to play in the game. The Zebras lead 42-14.
If they would attack the middle of the field, sorry about that, Mustard. If they'd attack the middle of the field, it's wide open. There's nobody there for Rochester.
Working on the quarterback keeper. Comes to the near side. He's at the Rochester 45. Lowers his shoulder. Gives a forearm shiver to Nick Allen and carries it out to the Rochester 41. And that'll be enough for a Warrior first down. Give him 14 yards. And move the sticks.
He wasn't looking to step out of bounds. He ran over Nick Allen, but I think I can see Working wincing a little bit. I think that was a pretty big hit from he received as well.
I think he received and accepted.
Yeah, exactly.
1st and 10 for North Miami at the Rochester 41. Working will send 3 receivers to the left side, which is the wide side of the field. Moreland wide to the near side. Working out of the shotgun. Back to pass, rolls left, throws in the middle of the field, complete to Sana Frank. There's the screen that we've been waiting for all night. Sana Frank carries the ball to the 31-yard line.
We have a guy down.
And a 10-yard pitch and catch.
Zane
is going to be short of a first down. Zane Young still down. He's fighting to get up.
I think he tweaked his ankle earlier.
Left ankle. And now he's down. Christina Hughes, the Rochester trainer, going to come out. Zane Gilbreth is down. He tried. He fought for a long time, tried to get up and walk to the sideline or walk back to the defensive huddle, but he just couldn't. And he took a knee at his own 44-yard line. Christina Hughes helps him up. She and Schaaf will help him off the field. And so Sonafrank picks up 9 yards on the pass from working. It'll be 2nd and 1 at the Rochester 31-yard line with 6:15 to play in the game, with the Zebras leading 42-14.
That screen pass has been there all night. First time they chose to do it, but it's there.
Beal, Hanley, and Musselman wide to the left side. Working in the shotgun, Sonafrank to his right. 2nd and 1, working, a big drop, throws to the left side. It is picked off again, this time by Perez. Brady Perez down the far sideline. He's at the North at the 50, now the North Miami 45, waiting for some tackles. Gets it back inside to the 35, down the 30. He's been tripped up at the 25-yard line, but there's a flag at the end for probably a hold. We'll wait and see. He was one shoestring away from going to the house, and
we got Prater injured back here at the other end.
They collided.
He and Perez collided on the interception attempt, and he has not moved.
Yeah, he went down, and you're right, he hadn't moved.
Hayden Prater.
Now he gets up under his own power.
I don't think that's
that's Jackson.
That's
Johnson.
Taylor Johnson.
Okay.
Taylor Johnson, I think, got the wind knocked out of him. He gets up, pumping up the crowd, walking down the field at a nice little pace.
So
Brady Perez was tackled inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line, but I believe there was going to be a hold penalty against the Zebras. That holding penalty was called at the 20-yard line, so that's going to back them up 10. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Zebras at their 30 at the North Miami 30-yard line.
About a 72-yard return by Perez.
A block in the back, I beg your pardon. That drives me crazy. A block in the back was 5 yards behind Brady.
Behind the play, yeah.
What's worse than that is the last 2 plays we've had 2 injuries now.
They declined that and took the face mask. Either way, so they blocked him in the back and pulled his face mask.
The double whammy.
I guess. Yeah.
5:54 to play in the game, and after the face mask call against the Zebras, which
what is it, a 25, 30-yard penalty or what? Gee.
Racks him up.
They're still going.
Wow, all the way to the 50-yard line,
well,
the 13?
Apparently the penalty came at the 35-yard line of North Miami. Backed them up 15 yards, now they're midfield.
Well, we missed that flag then.
I'm having a hard time seeing the flags tonight, to be honest with you.
I didn't see it either. So.
I might be having a hard time seeing most things tonight. I don't know. 1st and 10 for Rochester at midfield. 2 tight ends, straight T backfield, and Brady Perez will use a timeout. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football. 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us
out at midfield.
This broadcast
2-14.
This broadcast is brought.
It's Kyle McLaughlin. I'm David Musselman. Homecoming coming up next week.
Big game against Northfield.
Yep. Coming up in 6 minutes, the Fulton Roadstar Driving School postgame show on WROI.
Homecoming means a pork chop dinner, boys.
2 tight ends and a full-house backfield for Perez. Brady takes the snap, gives to Jackson going right. Jackson trying to kick it to the sideline. Now cuts it back to inside. Carries it into North Miami territory and is tackled at around the 42-yard line. So give him 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 with 5:40 to play in the game.
If you need tickets for that, I know we got ours, but I think Rochester FFA is selling those pork chop tickets for the meal before the game.
I'm hoping you're bringing yours up so we can all share it.
They ain't going to make it to the game. Are you kidding me?
They won't make it out of the parking lot.
They ain't going to leave the tent.
2nd and 2 for the Zebras at the North Miami 42. Prater comes wide to the near side. Abbott and Jackson split in the backfield. I believe Riston's wide right, Dalton tight right for the Zebras. Handoff goes to Abbott. Bryce Abbott at the line of scrimmage, bounces it outside, and is grabbed by the shoestring and brought down after about a yard gain. And it'll be 3rd and 1. I like how Hayden Prater is working. I like how he thinks.
A little bit of flop there, but
maybe not.
LeBron would be very happy with that flop. That's a good one right there.
3rd and 1 for the Zebras at the North Miami 41. Down to 4:35 to play in the game. The Zebras are up 42-14. They're taking a lot of time off the clock. They break the huddle with 10.
I think we're going to see another big fullback.
Nick Allen is your quarterback.
Oh.
Allen takes a snap, gives it Jackson. We're going to have
false start
on Rochester's. We kind of looked like we were doing the wave out there on the offensive line.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 6 after the 5-yard penalty against the Rochester Zebras. Again, 4:23 to play in the game.
Not uncommon when you bring in a different quarterback. The cadence is just off a little bit, and you get to where the offensive line is trying to anticipate.
Yep.
The timing's just not right.
3rd and 6 for the Zebras. Nick Allen under center. Jackson dots the I. From the North Miami 46. Allen takes a snap, pitches to Jackson going right. He's got some blockers. Now looking to the Rochester sideline. Cuts it back inside, has the first down. Jackson inside the 40 and has enough for a first down, giving the 37-yard line. About 11-yard gain for Isaiah Jackson.
He didn't get enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and 10.
Clock rolls under 4 to play in the game.
Jackson, since coming back after that week 2 injury, has been Rochester's workhorse. He's got another 22 carries tonight, 128 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And I'm guessing 7 is done. Taylor Johnson is now the fullback. Make that is the tailback. Riston wide to the near side. Prater in the slot. Flanker left. Allen hands off to Abbott. Abbott
with a little push by Johnson.
The Bush push to the 35, give him 2. That'll be 2nd and 8. 3:20 to play in the game.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage with the push, you get a 2-yard gain.
Almost give those yards to Johnson because that's the only reason he picked them up.
42-14. Rochester on top here late in this one at North Miami High School. Ball's at the 35-yard line of the far hash, which is the North Miami sideline. And Prater goes to wide right. B.J. Barnes split left. Johnson dots the I. Matt Lee's now your fullback in the game. Allen under center on 2nd and 8. Allen hands off to Johnson. Taylor Johnson across the 35 to about the 33, maybe even the 32. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Rochester. Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. Another score, Tippecanoe Valley 40, Whitco 14. Northfield still leads Manchester 21-14. Mechanical 22-0 over Peru.
2.5 to play in the game. 3rd and 5 for the Zebras at the North Miami 32-yard line. Nick Allen taking some time off the clock, sets the line of scrimmage. And here we go with 7 on the play clock. Here's a pitch to Johnson going right. Taylor Johnson with a flag on the play. Has a first down, but there's going to be a flag and probably a hold against the Rochester Zebras. Yep, it will be a hold. That coming at the 35-yard line, so this should bring up about 3rd down and 18 if it's accepted. It'll be 4th. It will be accepted. Yeah. So it'll be a 3rd and 18 for the Rochester Zebras. Ball marked back to the 45-yard line. 2:08 to play in the football game. Rochester up 42-14. Rochester quickly on the ball. 3rd and long for the Z's. Lease and Johnson in the I formation. Nick Allen under center. Pitches out to Johnson. Taylor Johnson. Oh, going to be caught in the backfield. I believe got back to the line of scrimmage, which will bring up 4th down and about 17 or 18. And you might see Rochester here kick this one away for the first time tonight.
Let's say first punt for Rochester.
Brady Perez coming on.
He ran out of bounds, which stops the clock. We were able to take about 3 minutes off the clock there on that drive.
Hanley back. Nope. Beal's one of the back men, return men. He stands at his 10. Brady Perez.
And at midfield, I mean, yeah, you got a long way to go for the first down, but it wouldn't be a bad place for a fake.
Well, we're going to have a flag on the play before the snap even happens. And Coach Hooker said, what are we doing here, men?
Another 5 yards against Rochester.
And now to bring up fourth down at about 70. 4th and 22 for the Rochester Zebras with 1:50 to play in the game.
Well, that gives you a few more yards to try and keep it out of the end zone.
Yeah, well, the punter's dream, right? Take a delay and so you got more room to work.
To keep it out, so you don't kick it in the end zone.
Perez takes the snap inside his 40. Gets it away, nice spiral kick. North Miami calls for a fair catch. At the 19.
Yep.
100 seconds to play in this one. Rochester up 42-14. And actually, they're going to spot that at about the 17.
Well, I tell you what, Coach Grant did a great job of making some adjustments at halftime. And if he can just get his team to play an entire football game the way they played that third and fourth quarter, they'll be tough.
Boy, I hope they have the gas to do that, because that takes a lot of energy when you're playing both ways.
Well, it takes a lot of energy out of your quarterback, because Riston's really been doing a lot for them tonight.
And now Rochester will use a timeout. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
A couple of them for Rochester.
Noah Swango.
59 Swango in, linebacker.
So 1st and 10 for North Miami. 100 seconds to play in the game. 42-14. The Zebras on top. And the play goes for about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and about 8.
For North Miami, Corey Collins in at quarterback, replacing Working.
I have no idea who the ball carrier was.
Number 12, William Harrell, a 5'11" or 5'4", 95-pound sophomore.
He comes wider than your side. 1:10 to play in the game. On the option.
And the whole,
I don't have a 13 on the roster.
A whole white blob of jerseys for Rochester making the tackle.
Looks like Braden Pender, number 71's in the game for Rochester on the defensive line.
Landon Kelly.
67, Timothy Wooten. Landon Kelly. 33, 34, I'm sorry, is that 32? That is Landon Kelly.
Oh, hey.
Think they'll ask our recommendation next year on the gold numbers?
I hope so.
Okay.
Carry over the right side.
Going to be short of the first down.
Nope, move the sticks.
Nope.
Number 70, Calvin Sager into the game for Rochester. 27, B.J. Barnes.
16 seconds to play in this one. Clock starts, and that'll do it. The final tonight from North Miami, the Zebras defeat the Warriors 42-14. The Fulton Roadstar Driving School postgame show coming up next, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.